Man. Meh. Hello. Alright, let's just... Meh. Anyway, wait for everything to start up. Before everything should... Yeah, it should be fine. What's the tracking doing? The tracking's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just pop out the chat. Hello, everyone. That over there. In it. There we go. Hello, Scarf. Just gonna wait for the Discord to update, which shouldn't be too long. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Hello, Knight. How did your 10 free pull go? It didn't. I didn't really get that much from it. I can't actually remember who it was I even got now. I think I only got like a 5... Well, obviously I'd have gotten a 5-star, but I can't remember whomst.
Doctor, there's a new message for... Oh, never mind.
Merwind. Alright, people are trickling in. Discord has now gone live as well. Well, it hasn't gone live. It's notified people that I'm live. I might as well start with the free pull. I think I'm going to save until 6,000, see if I can do another 10 pull before the end. 245 pulls, still no Swire. Oof. Sounds like me trying to get Texas that time. Nothing but penance. And then I got penance again, doing a 10 pull for Fawns. I got so bloody annoyed. Alright, let's see what we get from the free pull. I haven't been lucky with this ever since Gavial. I got Gavial literally this time last year, and I haven't gotten any deck 6 stars from these free pulls since, so I'm not really expecting much. Nah. Got both of them in 32. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see what we got. Nice. I don't even know if there are any 4 stars I don't have. There's probably some. I got a berry and 4 on 30 and 90. Okay, not bad. Two AS for off banner. One of them was a Cholter. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see how I look at the operators. Oh, okay, so these two. No idea. Oh, I can't click on them. He's got a real shitty grin. And here's the free, yeah, here's the free one. Has there been another event where they've had lyrics in the song? I can't think of one. Another dude we're gonna simp for... Hey, I saw the adverts they're running for Arknights on Instagram, and I don't know if it's his E2 image or not, but yeah. But yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of another event that has a lyric song. Yeah. Dolly's task. So these are these stuff. Cotton candy. Okay, no, it's wool. I don't care. It's cotton candy to me. So SL5. Not besides CC. Okay, so this is the first non-CC to get lyrics then. Interesting. It even has a day and night version. Oh. Is it time-based? Or is it just if you get to a certain point in the story? Also, Karma, you should go to the event page at midnight. Oh, okay. Midnight my time? Or your time? I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that today unless I happen to wake up randomly. Game time. I don't know what game time is. Don't forget to manage your shop once you unlock it after ST. Right. That's a thing, isn't it? Hello, Christmas. The day theme for you. Yes. It's like in 13 hours. Oh, okay. Alright, new siesta, new vacation. Speaking of which, siesta is the independent area, isn't it? It's like a city-state? Or am I thinking of a different place? Yeah. Hello, Nadja. Also, hello, Torst. I forgot to say hello earlier. And hello, Raphael. Yes, yes. Okay, nice. I don't want to go on. I like listening to the music. And now the happy music's gone. Yeah, like Longman, but for Colombia. Okay. Nowadays, most independent city-states have been swallowed up by larger powers or are on the brink of extinction. But Siesta is a unique example. I probably shouldn't have bothered asking if it was literally just going to tell me right off the bat. A relic of the past embedded in a long southern coastline. It serves as an excellent case study in modern city-states. Terror, a journey. Can I have that book, please? That would very much help me in my own writing. It seems like it's got a lot of information on it. Or in it, rather. Whoops, got it wrong again. Alright, this time from the top. 1, 2, 3... 5,761, 5,762. Also, don't a few end up in Lithanian? I think the book exists in Cianside. Oh! Also, you should look at the stage name. Oh yeah, I tend to, or sometimes I forget to do, and I end up looking afterwards if I did forget. Well, whatever. Let them have their fun. It's about time those tall, ancient goatee-shaped buildings got shaken up a bit. I'm assuming that's about the spires. Along with those people whose expressions are as crusty as their music. Oof. Damn. That's... entire culture just got burned. Time is precious, or at least it is for them. If they can't concoct something new and exciting within the very limited time they have, then I'm going to be stuck here enduring years of stagnation and emptiness, damn it. Times like these make me miss the days when I was getting chased around by those long-haired, sharp-fanged folk. But now they seem to have invented a new game to play in... Oh, okay, that's about the wolves. Blimey, they're referring to a lot of different things that we've seen already. They don't feel like playing with me anymore. Okay, I wonder who this person is. I should also find something fun to do. I swear, if this is the sheep... The world is always full of twists and turns. And to exist means to change. Yet why do so many people find themselves in trouble because of these all too commonplace occurrences? Just like building a house, it'll always go higher today than it was yesterday. Yet, despite that, there are always people who want to go backwards and tear down the old parts. Seriously, spare me already. If only these fragile and brief lives could last a bit longer, they would have the same wealth of wisdom as I. They would understand existence, or at least the purpose of existing. I suppose only a few might be able to comprehend this truth. Just like that song. How did it go again? The tune went something like la la la. Damn, forgot again. Hello? You again? I've seen your face more than once recently. The volcano's about to blow, so turn yourself around and don't go any further. How many times do I have to tell you? There's nothing good about those black rocks over there, so why... Ugh, forget it. Why can't they hear me until I get right up in their face? Isn't that a pain? Well, best not to get too caught up in their lives anyway. Hope luck's on his side. Now... Where was I with my counting? Dum dum. Oh. Set out at 17 in search for a home, still wandering today. Show the foul beast the way, ask the adventurer, rather. Trade treasures with the caravan, only to be left behind halfway. I'll remember everyone I met, and give them a special name. So no need to send me letters, no need for that I say. Unless you find yourself like me, on some desolate road astray. Are we actually going to be following a real bard this time? Oh, hello. I like the little mole on your... Oh, okay, I guess never mind. I was going to say I like the little mole on your face, but then immediately it disappeared. I forget that Arknights does that. If there is no text and they show a sprite, it is immediately gone. There is no waiting for you to click. Not bad. That was a pretty popular tune 20 years ago. Thanks for the compliment. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, I like the little mole on her face. I hope this old-fashioned song didn't hurt your business. That joke's not one bit funny. Take a look around us. Not a single tourist to be seen. This reminds me of the old American colourful restaurants and... Yeah, I feel like I mentioned that before when I saw the trailer like ages ago when I was doing a reaction stream, that it kind of reminded me of like, I guess like Los Angeles and a lot of like the old surfy stuff that you used to see in, I don't know when it would have been, 70s or something, I guess. Like that's all retro. Like it's very like cafeteria type stuff, or canteens or whatever they called them. The volcano drove away the siestans, and the sun drove away the noisy tourists. Really? Tourists not around in the sun? Clearly there are no Victorians here. Diner, there we go, thank you. It's getting really ramped up her disguise games, isn't she? All that's left is a leisure summer I haven't experienced in years, and a carefree happiness that's about to go bottoms up. I assume you miss when Siesta was packed with tourists just a few years ago? Who gets hung up on cash? What I miss is when people still had an artistic appreciation for rock and roll. Mood. What people had back then was time and money, so they could sit down and talk about music and art in the abstract, their heads full of imagination for the fanciful future. Mood. Back in my day, it is very back in my day, though he ain't wrong. It's just like they say, if you want to do art, you gotta fill your stomach first. The golden age of rock and roll is past. Too many youngsters these days think the spirit of rock and roll is restless beats and electronic reverb. The louder the better. But they forget the very beginning, when the longing for a kind of beauty that existed only in fantasy was part of the heart of rock and roll. Just like what you were playing before, I really dig those clean, elegant chords. For some reason, I'm now just imagining her like singing like Back in Black or something. You know, just some more like classic rock. It sounds like you know a lot about music. Do you play any instruments? Bass and accordion. Very trendy. Play me another song, young lady. There we go. That last drink of yours is on me. Oh, thanks for the generosity. Now, I hope you don't mind if I charge a little extra for this song. How does a story sound? Didn't he just give you an entire back-in-my-day spiel? The old way of driving a bargain, huh? Young lady, where do you come from, and what should I call you? I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to call you Bard. From Colombia. Because it's either that or Bird. And I ain't just going to be calling her Bird. Or it might be like Byard or something, it'd be weird. Nah, I'm just going to call her Bard. A Colombian, huh? I thought every Colombian was like a sand beast digging around in the wasteland, pouring all his time and effort into that place. Just like my parents were. So apparently Siesta is under control of Colombia, so it makes sense it has Cal or Florida style. Yeah, it's basically kind of like if one of those states was autonomous. Well, I suppose they're all autonomous in America. I don't know, I mean... I'm also a pioneer, just a pioneer of the spirit. So you're a hippie. I want to see for myself what the Colombians of old saw when they came to this coast, and why they decided to settle here. To be fair, Siesta is based on Hawaii. Oh! Oh, I can see that, actually. Yeah, to be fair, I do kind of forget about Hawaii sometimes. No offense to any Hawaiians, it's just, you know... I guess it's so far away from America, and it's only really like a big destination for Americans. You don't hear about it too much unless you're going on a cruise when it comes to Europeans. And then you're probably too late. That part of the coast has been abandoned at the foot of the volcano. What difference is there between this city built on a nomadic plate and a place like Colombia or Victoria? What can we do about it? What the land gives, the land can also take away. Which is why I'd love to hear the stories here, and get a glimpse into the past. Alright then, let me tell you a story of how these stubborn people tried to move their volcano hot springs and seaside fashion street into their new home, even after leaving the coastline. Something broke. Oh hey, Bison, hello! I really like this outfit, not gonna lie. I really like the suit. He just looks so stylish in it. Ugh, how did all the stuff I set up just fall over again? Looking good after go to Brawl. Needs to be a skin. Yeah, it definitely needs to be it needs to be a skin. I was really disappointed when I opened up the shop and he was not there. I mean, I ended up getting punk rock courier, so it's fine, but still. Not sure if it's heat stroke or what, but the last couple of days I've been seeing some strange shadows circling around my eyes. Hey, young man, put all the work aside and come for a drink. Don't you hear the sun telling us it's a great day to kick back and relax? Oh, wait a sec, I think I recognize you. You're the young boss of the newly opened trading company, aren't you? I bet you're planning to demolish a street, huh? Sir, this is just urban planning. We'll work hard to get everyone's consent, and we'll try our best to minimize the impact on your lives. Damn, okay, Bison's a bigwig now. I mean, I suppose he kind of was when he was interning with Penguin Logistics, but I guess now he's officially a bigwig. Or part of it. I'm sure we can smooth over any conflicts that might arise. What is there to smooth over? If Herman wants to start a new business, he'll have to take apart our homes. If I was a few decades younger, I'd think about throwing a brick through his window. But the years really take a toll on you. And I don't have the energy anymore, so whatever, do what you must. I feel like he's gotten taller and a bit buffer since 2 years ago have passed. Yeah, I think his arms looked a bit bigger, like his forearms. They definitely looked quite a bit bigger. I would say broader shoulders, but then again, all the art I see of Bison normally is a little bit like canted to the side because of the shield, so it's not easy to tell what his shape was like before. Excuse me, Commissioner Swire. It helps he's not wearing baggy clothes now. Oh yeah, true. He has little like a jacket normally. I like this outfit. I really do like this outfit. It squishes. Anyway. Snowson, you don't need to call me... Oh, you don't need to call me out here. There we go. Besides, my appointment as commissioner hasn't been announced yet. Why does it feel like people around me are more anxious about it than I am? Sorry, I mean, I've never been on vacation like this before. Can I really buy so many things at a discount with this coupon? I was just picking up a year's supply of laundry detergent at the supermarket downstairs when I drew this. How is it possible? There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? Wait, I heard there were some scams out there disguised as coupons just like these. It's probably Siesta's new marketing strategy, no? After leaving behind the old natural environment, the place needs some new ways to attract tourists. Hello, how are you, by the way? Love the lobby music. Oh, I've been... I listened to the Daytime song for a while, and I quite liked it. I love this duo, they complete physical opposites. Yeah, because Swaya's upper class, isn't she? Or, like, relatively close to that, at least. Hello, Code. Mountain Dash Logistics has formed a public-private partnership with Siesta, and they're also the ones who issued the coupons you've got there. Oh, and the company belongs to that Bison guy. I think you already know him. She's rich as fuck. Okay, oh, so she's very upper class then. I couldn't quite remember what it was like. I know she was like, you know, fancy family, but I didn't know to what extent. Her dad owns a huge corporation. Right, that's... Right. Wait, wasn't the shopping mall her family's? Or was something in the shopping mall was her family's or something like that? I want to say it was the entire mall, but I'm not sure now. If you find any false or misleading info on the coupons, the LGD will be knocking on his door. Do they even have jurisdiction in this part of the world? It doesn't matter. Right now, oh right, yeah, they are in Longman as well, so I suppose they do. Right now, the two of us are elegant foreign tourists who just got back from a luxury mall shopping spree and are sorting through their spoils. Yes, a family owned that shopping mall and form. Oh right, yes, they did own the piano as well. I still love that scene, just smashing the. I do think it was a little bit better in the game compared to the episode, but I suppose they made for time. Snowson, can you hand me that the perfume I just bought, and also a smaller screwdriver? Just here to say I hope you enjoy the event. Okay, thank you, Mikazuki. Yes, ma'am, right away. Hmm. Eh? Hmm. What are you doing, Miss Wire? Please, keep your eyes on the roads while you're driving. Oh, they're driving, okay. A citrus-toned perfume should perfectly complement the sunset here. Say, the perfume you were staring at before is in that pink bag right there. Why don't you open it up and give it a smell? I think the floral tones will suit you perfectly. What? No way, that's too expensive. How could I ever... Don't stand on ceremony. It's not easy to find a good travelling companion. And there might be some things I need your help with later on. Ursus doesn't have jurisdiction in the rest of the world, and that doesn't seem to stop them. Yes, but in their case, it's a little bit more forceful. I assume she probably meant more so that because they have business in Lungman, they can deal with them there. This is my favourite genre of rich friend treating poor friends to luxury items. Yes, and the poor friend having absolutely no idea how to handle it because, you know, what do you do? I can't process this. Car accidents must be extra miserable in Terra since it runs on Originium. You know, that makes a good point. The last thing you need is a meltdown every single time you crash a car. Mind passing me a trumpet screwdriver again? Which one's the trumpet screwdriver? I know, okay, there's a Phillips, there's a flathead. What's the trumpet? You sure did a good job keeping it hidden. What's that? A tracker with wiretapping capabilities. A previous generation product that the LGD phased out. Already did pulls? I did the free daily pull. Also, good evening, Speedy. Oh, I did the 10 pull on the first day when the event came out and didn't really get anything of note. Eh? Didn't we come here to go on vacation? Why? What are we going to do now? Phillips without the small cuts. Oh, interesting. Don't worry. Oh, don't you worry. This kind of stuff is easier than finding matching eyeshadow for me. So, what do you think, Snowson? Do you like the perfume? Yes, it smells great. Then we're all set. Wire turns round, picks up her terminal, and enters a string of codes. The tracker that has just been disassembled starts flashing in vain in the palm of its intended target. After 3 busy signals, the person on the other side takes a call. Hello? Yeah, I've already arrived in Siesta. I found some trash in the car, though. Looks like they're really taking us seriously. No need to worry yourself over this. If anything, why don't you check if there aren't any surprises on your end? By the way, since we're drawing this much attention as is, we might need to meet up in advance. I really liked that. I was hoping it was going to last for longer before I commented, but I really liked the the artwork just then. Whew. Looks I'm getting pretty good at picking out gifts. I'm sure they'll really enjoy this one too. Huh? Snowson, we're getting out of the car. If someone sends us a gift, of course we have to return the favour. See that truck stop at the red light? Soon the track is going to be following it all around Siesta. We still have a good chunk of morning to enjoy the sunshine and Siesta before they realise something's wrong. Huh? How can you be so calm even though we're being tailed? Do we need to completely change our appearance? Get a head-to-toe makeover? Stick to large crowds? Boom, 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 boom. Want to remember? That's going to be in my head for ages now. I don't think we should let any of these minor inconveniences get in the way of our vacation. After all, it's not every day we come to Siesta and enjoy our trip, and enjoying our trip takes top priority. I'm so lost. Well, why are they being tracked? Who's tracking them? Why? Also, is it LGD members? Because it's an old device that that was from them. I don't know, I guess. We'll find out. Actually, I was studying in Colombia. When I was studying in Colombia, I always wanted to see Siesta, but never had the time or money. I heard that when Siesta relocated, they used a special method to bring the volcano along with them. But that sounds kind of crazy, and honestly, yeah, that is crazy. That sounds like something only Colombians would do, and the country that Colombia is based on. Like, normally if you were to move an entire city that happens to be next to a volcano, the reason would usually be because of the volcano. I think it's so weird. Like, you've got the ability to have moving cities, and yet you bring the natural disaster with you. But also, if you brought the volcano and put it onto a plate, why is there a risk of it going off? No, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense. So it's just a mountain of the hole. Yeah, but the thing is, people left though because it was active. Like, that was a recent thing. So it's on an artificial plate, but it sounds like you'll get it after reading a bit more. I guess it's just at the moment it just sounds so hilarious. Is the engineering technology here so advanced that they can build their own artificial mini volcanoes? I assume bringing the volcano with them is just a poetic expression. See? Look over there. Ah! It's like, hey, look! Flashbang. I like the little acoustic guitar. Also, I love this. Oh, this is such a nice... I'd love to go there, not gonna lie. Yeah, honestly, same. This looks amazing. I really like the music. Sorry, I'm just listening to it for a moment. Also, it kind of reminds me of Given. I don't know why. I think there must be a soundtrack in that has a similar guitar piece. Anyway, in the midst of the low-rise buildings, taller buildings of various heights vaguely form the shape of a volcano. People driving along the road somewhat resemble climbers at the foot of the mountain gazing up at the summit. There really is a volcano in the middle of the city. Oh, that was Snowson, sorry. Hey, more. Oh, I liked this. Oh, that's so beautiful. I definitely want to go to like one of these sort of like holiday resort type places at some point in my life when I ever have the money for that sort of thing. Skyscrapers stand high in the steam from the hot springs all over the city. It feels just like a real volcano. Wait, I just realized, did they add like emotion things? You know, like you have in comics. Yeah. It goes without saying that you can't just pick up a volcano. But when New Siesta was being built, the buildings in the city centre were designed to resemble a volcano. You can say it's a way of paying homage to the past. Did I pronounce it with a H? Yes, I did pronounce the H. No matter where you go, people always get hung up on this kind of stuff. The city's past carries on its new home in another form. In its new home. If you make a trip like that, can it be your snowman? I bet. Oh, to have the money to go on trips like that would be amazing. This again, like, I love this place. Let me see. The place where I'm supposed to meet that City Hall guy should be right over here. Give me a minute. Will someone be coming to pick us up? We're not going to have to walk there ourselves. I even bought 2 extra buns and ate them this morning to make sure I would have the energy. Ah. He also has thigh straps. Whew, finally managed to finish unloading the delivery. I might be able to make it in time for my afternoon shifts at the post office. Nice, nice hot dog. That's a really nice hot dog. After that, I should still have time to pick up the 2 passengers in front of the city. Then I need to remember to fix up the lights in Rachel's grocery store tonight. Hopefully that'll be enough to pay off my bills in cash this time. Please, it's hot powder. So please button your shirt, someone will die of thirst. I don't have much time left. I need to hurry up. Hmm? Well, you sure seem to be in a hurry. Miss Wire, what are you looking at? Oh. Oh, sorry. I wasn't watching where I was going. You're not hurt, are you? Owie. Oh, I think I'm fine. Oh, right, that's the guy. Huh? That's our driver from City Hall. I beg your pardon? If you're joking around, please don't. I have a ton of work to do and don't have the time for that. Not a word. Hands over a one. I feel like Swire is definitely the sort of person that'll be like, I'll pay you $10 to fuck off. Or however that meme goes. Remember when they turned one character's name from Wolfgang to Lupo Gang? Oh, I love that. Yes, I am. See? I told you someone would be coming to get us. I think this is a delivery truck for transporting goods. When I was in Dostos last time, I was riding around in a heavy boat on land. Just go with the flow. No, screw that. I need to get to my next job, so please. Hand over a nibble. Oh, this is also making me. This is also reminding me of Race to Witch Mountain, where the siblings pay the taxi driver, and it's like a 500% tip. This is your deposit. I've booked your afternoon as well as your vehicle. Now I'll have you take us around. I mean, you're not gonna say no. Let's be honest. You've got 2 wads of cash. You're not gonna say no. Yep. There we go. By all means, welcome aboard. So when can I run into Swire? Can that happen at some point? Oh, please, man. After several failed attempts to ignite the truck, the man slaps his dashboard vigorously and fiddles with the blinking buttons. Oh dear. Miss Wire. This vehicle seems to have been modified aftermarket, and it's well beyond its normal surface life. I really don't know if we can trust this guy. What are you talking about? I'm no worse at souping up cars than any repair shop, and I do it at a fraction of the cost. Terror's strongest arts: money! By the way... Oh, I read that wrong. Oh, this is going to be very unfortunate if I start doing a Newport with this guy. By the way, my name is Ennis. Ennis. No, there's no way they've done that. I know it's a valid name. I know it's a real name, but when you have the power to make names for people. Okay. Alright, Ennis. Now it's time for you to prove your skills. Hurry up and start the truck. Oh, this is going to do a number on my dyslexia. The old pickup truck resembles an aged burden beast. The original colour faded beyond recognition. After a few heavy gasps, its engine finally sputters to life, carrying the 3 young people into the distance. How far are we? Still the first cutscene. Hello, I'm here. Hello, All Might. No sign of her. A big investor from Lungman. Yes, I know. She's a very important guest. I'll keep waiting. To be fair, they're all kind of looking fine at the moment, these people. I hate my job. Mood. I have dyslexia, yes, which is why I'm sometimes a bit slow when reading. I have to take a second, reread, as I'm reading. And it's also why I tend to say things or not notice something. The lisp, I don't know. People say they don't notice. I notice it because I can feel it. My tongue sticks past my teeth, which is what makes the S and Z lisp. But I guess it's not as bad as it sounds when I hear myself. Uh-oh, this is sad music. Or serious music, anyway. Adele, did you know that the delicate little lines on these rocks contain traces of the Earth's respiration across tens of thousands of years? Parent flashback? The continent was not rigid or unchanging. She moves, thinks, and even has emotions at all times. Beneath her tough skin, she also has a burning hot heart. We barely know anything about ourselves, and even less about the very land that has nurtured us. But we do have ways of interpreting the language of the earth, to know our land, to communicate with her. Also, you listen carefully. She will reveal to you the wisdom hidden away from human eyes, as well as the secrets about ourselves. What do you think? Isn't that a magical, wonderful thing? Adele, don't you want to get to know her better? Is this going to be like Guide Ahead, where it constantly goes back and forth between being funny and being sad? A protective suit used for volcanic expeditions is quietly displayed in the exhibition hall, every crease clearly visible beneath the light. It is adorned by cracks and scorch marks, an observable testimony to its past. It appears rather old, its outline roughly tracing the figure of its owner. It is a very familiar to the girl. How many times has she rushed home to gently knock on the door late in the night, without having time to change out of her city clothes? Adele, I'm home. Oh, this is going to be sad. I still remember that time when me, Katia, and Magna climbed the red volcano. It should have been safe, but a piece of the lava flowing across the ground suddenly splashed out, burning through Magna's sleeve and almost leaving a permanent scar on her arm. We were all terribly frightened. Katia was up in arms after that, committed to improving the quality of the volcano expedition team's protective gear. But Magna happily treated the whole thing as a story of her good luck, and went around telling the others. She was always so optimistic, stopping at nothing to achieve the goals that she set. She was so brave, it was almost scary. Yeah, I do. But she always make it happen, and it lulled us into thinking that luck would always be on her side. Up until that accident. Adele doesn't speak. She extends her hand carefully. The moment her fingertips make contact with the display case's glass, she quickly pulls her hand back as if she had been burned. The clothes that were supposed to represent her memories are now hanging in the exhibition hall, a thick and heavy layer of transparent glass separating them from the hands that wish to touch them. Adele. Long time no see. Yes, it's been a while, Professor Keller. That's a really familiar sounding name, as far as scientists go. I wonder if that's inspired by anyone. Anyway. I never knew they left anything like this behind. After the Mount Una accident, I found this suit in a warehouse of my research lab at William University in Nathanium. I was going to send it to you along with the rest of their belongings, but a bit of selfishness kicked in. I wanted to preserve something in their memory. I should have consulted you beforehand. If you don't want it here, you're more than welcome to take it with you. You are my parents' best friend. You worked together for so many years. This suit is part of your shared memories. It makes sense to leave it here as an exhibit. Those who have left us aren't coming back. Preserving their memory so that others may learn what they accomplished might be the last thing we can do for them. This is definitely giving me Guide Ahead vibes where it goes back and forth between tones. Adele looks over at the older scholar beside her, showing no emotion in her dainty features, as if the topic of their conversation was something far, far away from her. The life story of the suit's owner is written on a plaque in the corner of the exhibit glass. The solemn, cold words recount a tale all too familiar, and the numbers written front and centre seem almost surreal. Katya... I feel like I've asked this before. Is it Nauman? 1051 to 1095. Magna Nauman. 1053, there we go, to 1095. The light overhead blazes, making it somewhat hot. Just like how the heat of lava passes through a protective insulation layer and transfers into the skin. The reflection of the glass pierces her eyes, and she feels a spell of dizziness. Adele? I am fine. I haven't heard from you since Mutti and Vati passed away. Are you no longer involved in volcano research? Magna, Katya, and I spent more than a decade on those volcanoes, but I'm not as strong as them. I have no choice but to stop. This museum is probably the last thing I can do in the name of volcanic research. I think I remember you were Siestan. Yeah. Last year, Herman invited me back to Siesta to build this museum. For us Siestans, the volcano was always more than just a disaster that forced us to leave our homes. It's also a memory of the past. The volcano and the city have always been closely connected. It's not just the objective environment that can bring people together, but memories as well. That's from the preface of the university's general curriculum textbook, Geology and the History of City-States. I see this as an opportunity. I hope this museum can become a place that not only carries the hopes of Siesta, but also showcases the accomplishments of many volcanologists. While I was researching Mount Siesta, I happened upon a recommendation report you wrote 2 years ago, perhaps a stroke of fate. And now Mount Siesta is about to erupt, so I'd like to invite you to complete this observation with me, as well as finish setting up the museum. When the museum was first established, I collected a lot of information related to volcanic geology, and need someone to help me compile all of it into a book. It would be my pleasure, Professor... I've become Sean Connery again. It would be my pleasure, Professor Keller. Professor? Sorry. I don't remember if you did Heart Searching Flames since it's been so long. I did play it, but I didn't do it on stream. It was one of the... when I first started streaming Arknights, there was a point where I thought, oh, seeing as I can't play the main game until I stream, I can play these side quests in my off time, so I've got something to play still. And then now I kind of regret it because it means I'm not, playing it with you guys getting to watch. But yeah, I did. Most of the side quests that were already there, I've already played, whether it was on stream or not. Most of them not. At least you know the general plot. Yeah, more or less. As soon as you get away from the heart of the city, the whole place seems completely different. I see so many shops closing down left and right. Seems like business isn't too hot these days. It didn't occur to any of us before we moved to the nomadic city. We thought the newly built hot springs and skyline swimming pools would attract a lot of tourists. Last summer, a whole bunch of people excitedly opened shops all over, but they closed down within months. I knew it. Did I say commonly? An economy heavily dominated by tourism is highly susceptible to changes in the external environment. Miss Wire, is there something wrong with this meter? That number up there, what currency is that in? Colombian gold certificates or Victorian pounds? I like that it's pounds for Victorian, but they didn't go with dollar. I suppose you got Lungman dollar, so I guess it would be confusing, maybe. It's making my head spin. Young man, 10 gold certificates would cover the distance we just travelled back in Colombia. By all reason, and... Oh, and the rates should be even lower here in Siesta. We've barely just left, and it's already up to 12. An extra 5 now? What? I told you before I'll compensate you, but if you try to pull a fast one on us, I swear I'll... What are you doing with that lipstick? I'm not... What the hell is that? Okay, sorry, my bad. Alright, I tampered with the meter. It's supposed to charge an extra half a cent per mile. Half a cert, rather, per mile. Oh, it really is a tourist spot, isn't it? Go to any tourist destination, this happens. What? You scoundrel! Half a gold certificate could have bought me 2 bags of cookies in the store back there. Oh, come on now, you two. I skipped work to drive you ladies around. It's only fair you give me a little bonus, isn't it? Swire's lipstick taser. Oh, God, how very James Bond. Swire turns around and takes a look at the rearview mirror. A low-key black vehicle is following behind at a distance of roughly 3 or 4 car lengths. There is nothing low-key about that. I'm sorry, but that's like classic. Even if it wasn't following you, you would immediately think someone's following you if you saw a black vehicle not too far following you. That's true. That's why it's fairly good idea to learn their local language and how the local currency works when going to these places. Yeah, it does happen quite a lot. It happens quite a bit here in Spain as well, to be honest, especially if you go to certain tourist spots. But I know it's also quite common in places like Turkey, I think, does it quite a bit. I know a lot of places in America do it, but then again, a lot of the police do it in America as well, where they stop you for random stuff to fine, for things that you wouldn't normally get stopped. They like to do that for some reason. How'd they catch up so quickly? Young man, I will pay you handsomely, but you've got to listen to me. Drive a bit faster, lose that car behind us, head somewhere crowded, the busier the better. Who exactly are you two? I'm just trying to do a little side hustle here. I don't want any trouble. Well, I have no idea what this is about either. We're just a couple of tourists visiting Siesta and haven't the foggiest idea these shady people why these shady people have been after us ever since we arrived. Maybe they're after our wallets. But we don't know our way around this place, and it's awfully frightening. She just immediately went into posh British voice. Miss Swire, you were threatening this gentleman with violence just a moment ago. Hey, what happened to the scoundrel talk you just mentioned? Siesta's tourism industry is already in shambles as it is. Why would anyone be doing stuff like this? Let me assure the two of you, at its heart, Siesta is still a tourist city with simple folk customs and beautiful scenery. Please don't go around spreading a negative impression of our city after you get home. Naturally, that all depends on whether we can get these kind-hearted people of Siesta to help us. Right, sure. If it's for a good cause, I'll do anything in my power to help. Don't you worry, not even Colombia's greatest race car driver could catch me on these roads I use for deliveries every day. Please, it's going to break down, isn't it? Buckle up, you two, I'm going to step on the gas. Gas, 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 I'm going to step on the gas. Da, 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 da. Oh, this looks lovely. Hey, it's the guy from Casimir. Well, it's probably not, but you get the point. Mr. Mayor, the Colombian representative just sent another message and hopes to have another meeting with you in the near future. That's the mayor? Jesus. Decline for me. Oof. They said that Siesta is nominally a part of Colombia, and therefore Congress has the right to the city's latest developments. Tell them to can it. We had a clear agreement when Siesta relocated. Oh, it is Salem's dad. Right, oh. I'm an idiot, aren't I? Because I was going to say, I thought something looked familiar, and yeah. Oh, in hindsight, I should have reread. In hindsight, I should have reread Heart of Searching Frames. Wow. Yeah, I saw that bit. Siesta would retain the status quo with Colombia. They have no right to intervene in our internal affairs, nor do I have to report a thing to them regarding Siesta's plans. To be fair, it's the second event ever. It's been forever. Yeah, that I last played it literally like nearly a year ago, which again is why in hindsight I should have reread it, because while I know sort of some of it, I'm realizing now that I'm probably missing a lot. Very well, I'll forward on. And yet you have time for a coffee with me despite your busy schedule. I'm honored. I like to set aside some time for quiet contemplation, no matter how busy my schedule is. Bison's dad. On the other hand, I think you wouldn't have much leisure time to spare. Uriel? Uriel? Man is buff. I suppose he is I guess he would be quite muscular. The executive manager of the collaboration between Mountain Dash Logistics and Siesta is my son. Nominally, even I have no right to interfere with his decisions. I guess Bison's gone quite up in the world. I swear the artist who made Bison's dad know how to make young men at that time. They aren't called Forte for nothing. Yes, exactly. In other words, there's nothing for you to worry about. Just treat him as you would any other business partner. That goes without saying. As things are now, Herman, do you regret taking this path? Across Siesta's history, both Victoria and Colombia have been interested in annexing us. Had we chosen to fall into the hands of either side, we would have achieved far greater stability and prosperity than today. But this would not be the same Siesta. You should be proud of what you built, Mr. Mayor. Look, New Siesta is more than 100 miles from its previous location. If you stand here and look east, You could just barely make out the peak of that volcano. If there was a map that could encapsulate this entire land, a line covering 100 miles wouldn't even be a finger's width, if that. You know, I also wish there was a complete map that encapsulated this entire land, but alas, I am still waiting. There are some fan-made ones which are really good, to be honest, but still, you know. But it is nevertheless possible and promising for us to connect with the various countries and city-states scattered across the land. The future proposed by Mountain Dash Logistics makes me want to believe in that. Oh god, is it really 1 hour in? Oh, it is. And to be fair, I've been kind of interjecting a lot this time around. However, we all know full well that this will be a long and difficult road, starting with this present hardship that Siesta must overcome. Minos event when... Ooh, Minos would be nice, yeah. Also, hello Tor, and hello Les, I forgot to say that earlier. In previous summers, Siesta's streets were crowded with tourists from all over the land, and the sounds of concerts could be heard from every corner. Mr. Ural, do you know the original meaning of the name Siesta? Well, yes. Yeah, there it is. It's Iberian for afternoon nap. Yep. Well, unfortunately, we don't have siestas anymore in real-world Iberia. At least not in most jobs. At the time, the Colombians wanted to develop a tandem with Iberia. Though the process was not to their satisfaction, they still ended up settling her. That's right. The pioneers arrived deep in the south and wanted to establish their first home here. Though despite being physically like Hawaii, apparently, it is very much like Los Angeles, or at least in terms of people. So you've got the mix of Spanish and American, but in this case you've got the mix of Iberian and Iberian settlers and Colombians. Although I suppose in this case they didn't kick them out in the way that the Americans kicked the Mexicans out of Mexico. Yeah, that's right, the pioneers arrived deep in the south and wanted to establish their first home here. Back then, the workers would get up before dawn to start working, and would take a long break around lunchtime when the sun was at its strongest. Yep, that's what it was like in Spain. Up until about 2018. Again, Arknights likes to mix countries. Yeah, I do like that. I like that it's such a such an eclectic mix sometimes with what everything is. It makes it a lot more unique because it isn't just a copy and paste. This is this country. It adds some cultural things that you wouldn't expect and stuff like that. Until evening arrived, when people would emerge from their rooms again, drinking coffee to the sea breeze and preparing for their nightlife. I wish I had a job. Wow, Jesus, I'm on fire today. I wish I had a job that had siesta still. Ooh, that'd be nice. I trust that this city too is only taking a brief nap. When it next wakes up, it will surely usher in the most beautiful sunset. I like that little smile. Miss Wire, do we still need to take this detour? The number on the meter is already enough for a new truck. Jeez. How have we not managed to shake them yet? Ennis, can you go any faster? At this point, I guess I can't say no. Who could say no? A chance to race. Do something heroic and beat back the villains. Oh, calm down. What is the reaction towards our residential scammer? Oh dear. Let's just say chat was expectedly disappointed in me. Or rather, they knew what to expect, but was still... Yeah, I was very on brand. Check this out. Check this out. Shredder noises. It sounds like my PC's just crashed. Ah. Please slow down a little. Either that was something breaking or someone literally just shot a gun. What was that sound? Or what was that sound? That sound? Why have you suddenly turned into Sean Connery over here? What was that sound? Something broke. Oh no. Did we break whatever it was that Bison set up? Bit of tongue? Maybe, yeah. Or they're just going so fast that they're literally like G-forced into their seat, which would be hilarious. The vehicle that was tailing them before has disappeared. The delivery truck starts coughing up black smoke and skids to a halt along the side of the road. Ennis pumps the brakes hard as he clutches the steering wheel, wiping the sweat off his brow. Swire pulls Snowson through the car door and hops out, fearing that the vehicle might explode at any moment. Fortunately, the worst doesn't come to pass, and the truck finally falls silent after a few frightening whimpers. My baby! I spent 2 weeks of pay fixing her up last month, and now she's broken down again. Mate, at this point, give up. Also, nice Coca-Cola bottle. But just give up. Get a new car with the money that Swire's giving you. Young man. Sorry. Young man, how... He's already given you his name. Why? Okay. Young man, how do you have the nerve to take this thing on the road when you can lose control just stepping on gas? I mean, Presley still has his hot dog. Hey, you're the one who asked me to shake him. I would never drive that fast. Mr. Ennis, your face is bleeding. I must have hit my nose on the steering wheel just now. I'll go find some tissues for you. Both sides of the street are lined with Siesta's old-fashioned beachside shops. Over-the-top, extravagant-coloured parasols and gravel-streaked surfboards seem like they were plucked right out of space and time from the beaches of the past, preserved as specimens and dragged and dropped into brand new nomadic city. Oh, his PNG was bleeding on his nose, yeah. You said this was supposed to be the hottest spot in all Siesta. Did we get rid of the bad guys? Shook them off a long time ago, my young hero of justice. Come on, let's find a place to sit. We'll talk about your truck. There should be a restaurant nearby, right? Huh? Why is there no storefront? Hey, Bison. A long time no see, Miss Swire. I heard you arrived in Siesta, but the man in charge of your reception wasn't able to find you. Huh? Did you really need to rush out here to meet me in person, Bison? Or is this your way of showing me your courtesy as a landlord? Let's skip the formality, Swire. Would you give me a moment of your time? I'd like to speak with you. You had? Okay, that makes more sense. I was trying to think of, like... It didn't make much... Tutorial? Okay. What's this? Oh, that's this. And that's the shop. Yes. Oh, the snow's... Okay, so I can do the shop already. Where is the shop? This? Oh, okay, interesting. Welcome to Siestan Fashion Street. Snowson has opened a little shop here, but she doesn't have much experience, and she's afraid of going bankrupt. It's time to compete with her rivals for customers. Buy goods, sell drinks... Strategize your purchases. Okay. Run a shop, buy and sell, get rich. Your efforts may just help Siestan Fashion Street proposal. Okay. That's a lot of money. Okay. Okay, so it's just materials. Business incentives? Okay, that's that thing. Okay. Begin shift. Doctor, you're finally here. You're asking why I opened the shop? Because of Swire, of course. She got some government funding for an on-site investigation to calculate the fashion street's commercial value, and then asked me to run the shop. I have little knowledge about running a business, but I was hoping to have some guidance too. I'm sure there's a lot of differences between running a store in theory and in practice, right? For example, purchasing goods. Siestan Fashion Street may be a bit of a slump right now, but we still have to prepare for potential customers. Okay, Jesus. This is going to become... Is this going to be difficult? I don't know. Customers can be divided into 3 groups based on what they're a fan of, food, drinks, or gifts. And the more money we make, the more we can help the business prosper, and more tourists will visit Fashion Street to shop. Before we open for the day, we first have to acquire our free products, the quantity depending on the amount of customers visiting the day. However, the daily supply of each product is limited, and 3 other rival shops will be competing with us to buy their own stock. There are 3 different purchasing strategies you can employ when buying goods, depending on the unit price. Oh, I remember now. They're risky, safe, and balanced. That is not what it says. Buying goods in a greater quantity will require you to offer a more attractive, higher price unit. Oh no, our rival has set the same buying price as us. Should we increase ours? Oh, but we can't be too aggressive either. Each customer will only make 1 purchase, and it'll be bad for us if we can't sell them all. You're asking how we can reverse restaurants, according to Swire's Scout. We can have Mr. Ennis ask around and find out their purchasing strategies in advance. Once we gather some intel... Oh, I was expecting it to be... Oh, damn it. Okay. Bear in mind, we can only ask around 4 times a day, and this limit is shared between our buying and selling phases. Okay. The number of times you can ask around refreshes every day, but unused attempts won't carry over the next day. Okay, so similar if you've seen this before. You can ask around a few more times on your first attempt while getting used to it, but it'll be limited 4 times a day afterwards. Okay. Of course, you can gradually... Okay, I just want to get to it now. Any leftover unsold foods will be destroyed when close of the day. Okay. However, any unsold gifts are carried over to be sold on the next day. Fair enough. We can even give any leftovers to our friends at the Rhode Island. New drinks and food will be available as time goes on. Don't miss out on products, so we can provide. Okay. I'm just gonna go all in here, see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I think I would stick with balance, to be honest. This one, I guess I would want to go with radical, just because. Wait, isn't that? Okay, no, that's a drink. There's a lot more people wanting food, so I'm guessing. I feel radical and the soda seems better. I mean, it would, but wouldn't it be a bit of a risk? Because there's only 90 people, whereas there's like a 540 for. Fuck it. It's the first day. I'll go all in for some stuff. It's like, oh, licorice. I was going to say Twizzlers, but unless I just see how many people are interested. Yeah, that's what I'm. So I'm probably not going to do much with gifts. I'll probably be balanced or conservative with that. So licorice, I'm guessing, is food. Oh, Jesus. I think I'll go. Yeah, I think I'll go with radical, to be honest with this, simply because. They're a lot more expensive. Let's see. It's only 30 people. I might go conservative. I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's only the first time. Okay, probably could have been more then. I think we didn't do well. I'm not sure. Oh, no, there we go. Let's see. Okay, that was just the expensive. Sorry, I thought that was like the total. I thought the negative was the total, so we end up doing badly, but no, never mind. Yeah, I only realised after changing over that it said expenses, so yeah. Every day we'll conduct 3 rounds of sales. We'll be selling our products in this order: drinks, food, and gifts. We sell only 1 product in each round, and only fans of the corresponding product will patronize us. So drinks should draw in beverage choice, right? Each store gets to set their prices for the day before the sales round begins. We can attract more customers to sales if our prices are lower than others. Knowing our rivals' product prices may be help to us to a more attractive point. Don't forget, we also have Mr. Ennis to help ask around. Okay, I probably shouldn't have used that a lot. I mean, 18 to 30 people. I'll stick with it. Stick with normal. I'll just stick with it as it is. I just need to see how it works. Okay. I'm assuming that's us. I don't know what the other 2 are. Well, we sold out of it anyway. You got the leads. Okay, so those are the other 2. I'm guessing these are the other 2 businesses. If so, then that's quite a big lead. Oh, okay, the arrivals. Yeah, that's quite a big lead then. Stock 240. Oh, there's not that many people. I should have... Oh no, I did do Radical. Okay. Yeah, I'll just scout. At price 45. Okay. Wait. Oh. So that's how many people would visit at if it was at 45, I'm guessing. Okay. I'm just sticking with normal. I don't really... So we've got that much. So if we sold out, that's still a decent chunk. Would go low with how many people there are. It could, but there's only 216, and if that's 100, it doesn't tell me if it goes any higher. What point is it? Okay, that point is when it stops. So if that's the same all around, I might as well just put it there. Ah, no, I'll just stick with this. I'll just see how it goes. That one wasn't as much of a lead, but there was a lot fewer. Okay, so that was 100, and I probably should have lowered it, but it's still more than the rest. Feeling bad for non-existing customers. Oh, it's not that I'm feeling bad, it's more so I don't want to risk messing with losing. Yeah, literally, I just don't want to risk losing, and I can't scout, so this one is completely... I've only got 12. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put down a bit, see if I can get a bit more. I have no idea how this one will go. This one's going to be complete luck because I can't tell. Yeah, they must have put theirs down a bit. Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, I guess they had more than me because I... Did I go conservative or did I go thingy? I can't remember. I can't remember if I went conservative or balanced, but they must have done more. Because I sold out, they didn't. So that's probably why, and they were able to set it up a bit more. Yeah, I went conservative, that's why. Okay, so I ran out. I probably would have kept going if I did Radical or something. Oh well. Well, it's pretty good. That's 24,000 more. Phew, we're done selling today. It went great, and it's all thanks to you, Doctor. Doctor, we're closed for the day. Let's work hard again tomorrow and make money and help Fashion Street. Okay, nice. Wow, okay, that wasn't expecting to get that many rewards right away. I suppose that explains why there's so many of them. Steam soda bottles, decorative gazer. Units standing around it are unaffected by vapor and will produce pure white steam when attacking. When defeated, creates pure white steam in the surrounding areas. Oh hey, we actually get to play with him. I didn't mean it in that way.
Understood.
That's a fucking sheep. Ooh, I like this. I like this music. Oh no. I should probably bring Chestnut, I guess. Doctor, we've dealt with those troublesome creatures. However, they seem to leave clouds of Carmine Steam, when they disappear. Operators in contact with Carmine Steam will suffer both arts and burn damage. Don't play too rough with Ennis. He shall whimper. They will also take significantly increased damage if they stay in contact with these clouds. Where's the damage? Oh, increased damage. As in, when they take damage, it'll be more than normal. I like this guitar. Yeah, I assumed... I know it's the same person. Conversely, these troublesome creatures will take significantly reduced damage while in contact with steam clouds. Okay. So 80s California, it really is. It really is that old, like, beach rock music. These creatures like to play around in the clouds, and they'll be trickier to deal with. Don't be fooled by their outward appearances, and take care to avoid Carmine Steam. She says that and immediately gets murked. I'll just do that. Let me help you out, Professor. This is one of Siesta's decorative geysers. Or geysers, depending on who you ask. Operators standing around won't be affected by Carmine Steam. There we go. A and the not alter, yes. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. I said beep, beep, I'm a sheep. When I attack the ground units while standing next to the decorative geyser, pure white steam will appear on the tiles they're on. These mischievous creatures will take significantly increased damage while in the pure white steam, while other operators will take significantly reduced damage. I saw that. Ah, those creatures ran off to the other side and can't reach them anymore. Try out Siesta Fashion Street specialty drink, Steam Soda, right, okay. Steam Soda. Smashing these bottles will produce pure white steam. Okay. Steam Soda bottles can be deployed anywhere on the map. We can use them to fill the area of pure white steam. Okay. We have a lot of bottles in stock. As many as you need. The redeployment of steam. Okay, will be also reduced when... There are more of these troublesome creatures in our way, Professor. Let's stop them together. Oh. So, how does this work then? Here? How does it...
There's more of you? What a day.
Oh, he's got like...
There's more of you? What a day.
I just put there. Oh, I don't know where I want to do this. I assume here, yeah, because it's not doing a lot of...
Yeah, fine.
What's your...
Screw it! Bring it on, all of you!
Doesn't matter to so many weaknesses.
For a moment, I just heard the song that's in... Oh, what's that movie called? The... Oh, I am now... Pulp Fiction. The song that's in Pulp Fiction, I just heard that. Put the bottles next to Spot. Ooh.
Screw it! Bring it on, all of you!
With hard work, even an idiot can get the job done.
Hey, it me. I'm idiot. Anyway. Down by the station. Did I have a name? Bar Black. Okay, Bar Black Sheep. Do your ears hang low? Prick up your ears. Do you hear this? His question. 1, 2, 3. This summer he will be waiting for your answer. I love the steam mechanic. It seems interesting. Please. I thought I was done with the 2 choke points for now. Damn it. Yeah. Ah, the familiar wasteland. That's a happy song, though. Fun fact, this song changes when the server time... Yeah, I heard. Unfortunately, it's like 13 or so hours from now, so I'm not entirely sure if I'll ever be able to catch it because... Well, actually, no, I will be able to catch it on Saturday because I don't have work. But otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hop onto Arknights during the time that it would be. In response to increasing volcanic activity since 1097, Mayor Herman Doikos initiated the Siesta Free State Relocation Project. By early 1099, more than 90% of Siestans are expected to leave the volcanoes and beaches for a new life in a nomadic city. Should I have done the radio thing, like, you know, when I talk into the side like this? I don't know. I wouldn't do that, it'll get too annoying too quickly. Just to make it clear, girl, you only paid enough to get you to the next hub. You'll have to find your own way from there. Oh, this person. This is the other person. I will. You say that. But have you any idea how dangerous the Barrens are? It's no place for a kid like you. On Circus, yes, there we go. Why are you going to Siesta anyway? Chasing your favourite band? Work. Going from Columbia to Siesta to look for work? You must have been living under a rock for the past 70 years. There was a time when people flocked there to make their fortune. They say you could bend down and pick up some obsidian anywhere on that volcano. But Columbia is where opportunities are these days. Oh, trust me, that won't last. Anyway, I interned at a construction company before I graduated. There was a serious accident just as my internship was about to end, and the company blamed it all on me. With that on my record, the only job I could find was some tiny demolition operation, where I got oropathy from the way they misused a Reginian bomb. I wanted to stay in the city, but got scammed out of my last savings paying for medical insurance. Wow, it really is Columbia. Well, that's tough luck. He really just said, that's rough, buddy. Don't let oropathy stop you from being a pillar of the nation. Join the Frontier Pioneers. The Pioneers provide an opportunity for every child of Columbia to have a better future. I thought it was time for a change. My grandfather told me Siesta is a beautiful place. I hope you find better luck there. I think I will. I've lost. Wow, this radio is on point, isn't it, at the moment? It's almost as if the person operating the radio is listening in on the conversation. I've lost my way, I've lost the path. Why do I feel like this is... Oh, getting out of range? Yep, there it is. A static overcomes the easy tune that was playing on the car radio. The truck slows to a halt on the barrens, as though all life was sucked out of it. What the heck is going on? Oh, they're about to get abducted by aliens. I wonder if there are UFO conspiracies in Colombia. It is the right era that it's not. Oh, hello. Dinah, of course. She even looks like someone that the Dinah. One more dessert of the day, please. Of course. Would you like to try a different flavor? Prices here are nothing like Colombia. It's a tourist town, alright. That means expensive? All the food looks so nice. Cocktails too. All original. Can't get them anywhere else. Every cocktail has a story. Like this Nutmeg Beach. Valhalla gameplay. Hey. Are those two friends of yours? Yeah, we're all from Lungman, and we work in the same company. Or same company. We get along really well. But why do they look like they could break into a fistfight at any moment? Even good friends fight sometimes. That's a poor excuse. I didn't expect you to grace us with your presence personally, Commissioner Swire. Yeah, he has buffed up a bit. The LGD has annual leave. Got a problem with that? I know why you're here. I have to say, I was surprised to see you and your family on the list of bidders for the new plate and shopping district rebuilding project. It's just choking on his coffee like in the seat behind. I love it, like the off-camera just... Mr. Ennis, are you okay? Just got a fright. I mean, I choked on something. Well, Mountain Dash logistics activities in Siesta are no news to me. You want to set up a logistics HUD? You want to suggest... You want to... You want to set up a logistics hub at this plate because of its location. Where's Uriel? I'm in charge of this project. Mountain Com Trade may be a subsidiary of Mountain Dash Logistics, but I'm not relying on Mountain Dash's resources at all. This boy, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, says he doesn't rely on his family's resources. Did your bike here? I feel like this is pot kettle at the moment. This is no time or place for jokes, Miss Swire. Very well, we'll talk business. Let's get down to business. This is a project with a lot of potential, a lot of eyes on it, including my own. It's fair game, so long as Mountain Dash Logistics doesn't have a formal contract with Siesta. Then may I ask your plans for the district? Let's call those a business secret. Shopping centre or ski resort, anything with some economic benefit as a reason to be a part of the bidding. I think I saw some engineered lava hot springs on their way here. That seems pretty interesting. Maybe I should rebuild this whole area into a hot spring resort. This is serious. Let's talk seriously. I know your family is the linchpin of the Lungman economy, and you've contributed much to the city's development. But a project in this area of New Siesta isn't just a commercial venture. It has to take into account the city's long-term development and the livelihoods of the people here. I don't remember him being this mature in Code of Brawl, unless maybe it's just been a long time. I'll ask you to rethink. If you're just in this for the fun... Mr. Bison, sir. If you're really confident in your proposal, then all you need to do is outbid me, fair and square. Why did you feel the need to come to me here? Mountain Dash's efforts at establishing a large-scale international trade network are innovative, but innovation entails risk. Why are your methods more correct than mine, when they both involve business and profit? If you insist on continuing this pointless competition, I'll play your game. And I'm happy to play. We have some time until the official bidding starts. We'll each play our hands until then. He was more serious, but Penguin Lord made him more flexible and adaptive. Yeah, that sounds about right. What are you looking at, Snowson? Miss Swire, something's not right with the route that gentleman took when he drove us here. There's no way this was 10 kilometers. There are greedy people everywhere. Where did you get this map? I said I wanted to borrow a map to look up some sightseeing routes, and Mr. Ennis gave this to me. He says it's a commemorative edition issued for Siesta's relocation. And so he charged me some more gold certificates. Are the gold certificates the same as the literal gold certificates we use in the search shop? Because if it is, then I now have a basis for how expensive this shit is. They're called distinctions there. Oh. The map is creased, with a few barely legible routes on it, and childish scribblings for the sea and volcanoes. Man literally just drew his own map. Oh, or maybe not. This map's being handed out for free at the city entrance. God, Snowson, you need to get used to being in a tourist destination. I love that. I love that Arknights felt the need to emote this as opposed to just showing look of surprise. That's like when I say gasp out loud instead of actually gasping. Or when I say sigh instead of actually sighing. Surprise Pikachu face. I'll teach him a lesson next time I see him. I feel like that's going to be very soon. I feel like that's going to be very soon. Now, Swire or Ennis, which one has the better thighs? I suppose Swire kind of has the squish, to be fair. Ennis, you're in a good mood. Swindled another new visitor? Someone's going to beat you up one of these days. I volunteer. I wasn't ripping off some poor schmo. These folks, my friends, were filthy rich. Hey, only one of them was. I suppose it was only her money being used anyway, but still. She was talking big business with that guy from the trade company, hoping to make good God knows how much money. Got a little deductible on behalf of the citizens of Siesta. Let's go. Is it this one? No, look at the shape. It has 3 peaks on... it has 3 peaks. The one on the photo only has 2. Let's keep looking. OMG small. Volcano watchers. I've seen these plants in my mother's notes. Oh, those are plants, volcano watchers. Okay. There's a Siestan legend about flowers that change colour based on volcanic activity. Katia and Magna came looking for it the first time they were here. There were reports of massive blooms on the slopes before every recorded volcanic activity on Mount Siesta. A beautiful warning of danger. This is the second time AAK has shown small twins in these events. Yeah, it's actually... and not that far apart either. It's only like an event between the two of them. Or was it 2 events? No, it was only 1 event between the two of them. Did the flowers go extinct? The flowers are just a legend. There's no proof that they ever existed. And this word of mouth stuff gives us little to work with. It would make sense for originium activity to affect nearby plants. Would finding this flower provide any other way to prevent volcanic disasters? Perhaps, but I've never heard of it growing anywhere else. And that's the way Siesta is. There are many legends here. Who knows how many were made up just to attract tourists. Pink clouds on a sunny day, white cliffs by the mouth of the volcano. Many people come seeking these legendary sites every year. I mean, technically we've seen the pink clouds in the trailer, so I guess there's some truth to that one. I remember you met my parents in Siesta, Professor Keller. I feel like Professor Keller, the name anyway, is a reference to something, because there is a... I can't think of it at the moment, but there is a famous, like, you know, science-related person with Keller as a surname. It could just be purely coincidence. Maybe it's just because it sounds sciencey or something, but, you know. Yes, I did. They said they came to Siesta to survey the volcanoes, and ran into a geology student writing her thesis in one of the cafes. So they brought her with them when they climbed the volcano. That was fucking lucky. You can imagine that, being a university student and suddenly they're like, hey, let's go and actually do something that would fully help your research. I didn't specialise in volcanoes at the time. It was my first time climbing that one. A beautiful sight. It delayed my thesis. Spoken like a true student there. It was beautiful. It delayed everything. Mutti and is it Mutti or Muti? I don't know. Muti and Vati were always reminiscing about that time. I want to hear more stories about them. Can you tell me more? Nope. The scholar gazes away, towards the stack of documents in her hand. The air of recollection is quickly diluted by the labours of reality. And now is not the time to chat. Let's focus on our work. That's just... that's just me. There's a fourth. There's a fourth. A fourth karma in the world of Arknights. Well, actually, no, a third karma in the world of Arknights. 4 karmas in total. Hey, Professor Keller? Is the city council meeting over? Karma. There is increasing public opposition to moving away from the current beachfront. The city council is keen to have an accurate estimation of when the volcano will erupt, and wants us to provide a guarantee for the estimate that we gave. I rejected it on the spot as being impossible and irresponsible. We try to give an estimate that is accurate as possible, but scientific survey cannot be held responsible for the government's opinion polls. Thank you for taking care of that, Dr. Khan. No need to thank me. The Volcano Museum is your project, and I promised to help you so you could focus on more important things. Is this something that matters to all volcanologists? And I hope... Adele? Khan? I forgot. Of course you knew each other. Of course. Is she here at your behest? The museum's collection includes Mr. and Mrs. Naumann's research. And the eruption of Mount Siesta is a rare opportunity. I wanted to respect Adele's wishes. I just didn't think it was the kind of work that needed to recruit a sickly... someone who's not in the best of health. I came to help out while on vacation. It's not really a bother. Khan has a point. Your health is important. You have to take it easy, Adele. Let us call it a day. May I ask you to bring Adele back to accommodations, Dr. Khan? Of course. I want to get his outfit. Have a cocktail on me. Reward for fetching a rare new customer. You just wanted someone to test it for poison. Drinks it anyway. I call it Cotton Sunset. How is it? It has a unique flavour. You're one tough customer. So, was that girl a friend of yours? She... forget it. I haven't got the nerve to befriend her. Well, certainly not after scamming her. Shame. Truck driver, messenger, ticket seller, swimming coach. How many jobs are you working? I see some mining equipment there, so probably a little bit more than that. It's the high season after all. Gotta seize the opportunity. What do you need money for? Got a girl you fancy? I could give you an advance on your wages if you're running short on pocket money. I don't... forget it. Seeing how business has been the last few months, I should feel lucky I even get my meals. You should be worrying about dorm fees for the little ones. There we go. He's on par with Jay then with jobs. Well, ha! It's nothing compared to the stuff I've seen in the past. Past. Yeah, I should say past. It's a diner. Are you going to tell me the story about how you led a protest against the local magnate in Kazimierz through rock music, then went on to a career in Siesta's rock and roll scene, finally settling down here in this bar again? I was going to say she does actually kind of look... I was going to say she looks like a biker, but I suppose a rocker also works. A good memory on you. I'm too old for bedtime stories. Say, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Business hasn't been great since last year. I heard things have been going well at the engineered lava hot springs. If we... Getting funny ideas again, young man? Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm still the owner of this place on paper. You haven't taken over yet. This is the coolest cocktail bar in Siesta, and it hasn't changed one bit from old Siesta to new Siesta. I'm not about to abandon it over some few slow months. This isn't a short-term thing. City council people have been here a few times. The whole street could be demolished. Yet you fixed a sign for the folks next door. While you haven't bothered to fix ours, even though it's been broken for days. Is the sign going to save the shop? Stop worrying about the troubles that aren't even here yet. Life isn't nearly as bad as you think. Act your age for once. Leave the worrying for the old folks. You want to travel a little once the high season is over. I want to travel a little once the high season is over. Sure, Colombia, Victoria. Or even further away, just like him. See the world, expand your horizons. Who's him? You're too young to be worrying about the little things. What I mean is, I could be gone for a while. Again? What's this about? Oh, I had a little bump while moving some stuff. I thought it was nothing. Right, boy, you've broken your entire nose. Well, the summer is pretty dry this year. You should have more fruits and veggies. Need a recipe from me? God, I actually remember that. I used to get nosebleeds almost every summer season because of the dry weather. I'm not a kid anymore. And don't make me have to worry about you. Look the part. If you want to be taking care of other people. Alright, Mum. Ooh, nighttime. Thanks for the escort, Khan. I'm sure you have a lot of work to do. I'll be fine the rest of the way. Sorry, could you speak up a little? It's noisy out here and I couldn't quite hear you. Are you worried about me? Don't be. Everyday life isn't much trouble anymore. Today I learned a new thing about dry weather making people nosebleeds. It doesn't happen with everyone, and it doesn't happen to me anymore. I think it might have been more of like a puberty thing, because it did stop eventually once I reached like 21. But yeah, after when it's like very dry, sometimes you get nosebleeds. There is a procedure for it. They sort of take like a medical equivalent of a soldering iron and cauterize the part of the inside of your nose where where the bleeding tends to come from. But I didn't want to have that done. The idea of that was just a no. So I just dealt with it. So every year for about a month, maybe two, I would get like periodic nosebleeds, maybe like once a week, maybe twice a week if it was particularly bad. It depends on the temperature, though. Depends on the environment, though. If it was a particularly dry summer, sometimes. Though if it was on the more humid side, it didn't happen as much. Does it only happen North Hemisphere? No, I think it happens in most dry environments. It's basically similar to allergies in that sense. Like, it's the sort of, like, just environment affecting you, and you just go, yeah. It's not... I don't think it's super common, but it's common enough that I know other people who've had it. I didn't think I would see you in siesta. Are you okay? Your disease... Well, the oropathy getting worse can't be helped, but things are largely under control now. I have to wear a hearing aid and glasses, but I'm getting used to it. I've also gotten pretty good at lip reading. It's just so unfair, a girl as young as you. It's not about fair. I've seen plenty of infected at Rhode Island. Many are even younger than I am. Some are little kids who hardly know what's going on. None of them know when their lives will end. Well, that's depressing. I mean, of course, it's Arknights, but still. At least I have a clear goal, and I'm still strong enough to work towards it. I'm one of the lucky ones. Has it really been so long since you went to Rhode Island? How time flies. I heard you are still surveying volcanoes in person, and even more frequently these days. It's dangerous, Adele. I've talked to the physicians at Rhode Island. I know how much time I have left. But there's so much to do. I can't let my parents' research end like this. If I remember correctly, she's quite far along, isn't she, in terms of prognosis, right? You don't have to be the one to do it. Not in your condition. What else can I do, though? Khan, I miss them. Very far, one of the worst, yeah. Oh? I don't like the fact that the music stopped. Poor girl. Do you not suffer enough shackles already? What? I wouldn't call it shackles. What's that you just said, Adele? Oh, something's talking to her in her head. Or it might be through the earpiece, maybe. Or not earpiece, what's it called? She literally just said the word, what's it called? Hearing aid. Huh? Adele, I studied with Dr. Naumann for many years. She was my greatest mentor. She brought me out of that little backwater and took me down the path of science. She changed my life. I don't know where I would be without her. I could never repay her kindness. Muti always said you were her best student. Khan pauses, as though to muster courage. I just can't accept the mysterious circumstances surrounding their deaths. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? I was under the impression it was like a legitimate accident. The night breeze carries with it the sound of guitar. Street lights... Sorry. Street lamps begin to light up, forming a line that leads to the volcano. At the center of the city, mist rises from the hot springs in the distance, laying a veil over the night sky. We haven't played the stage yet, I just realised. Adele rubs her eyes. You didn't see your parents a year before they died, did you? They were always busy, practically living out of their lab at the university. I wasn't even allowed to visit them. Did something happen? As a scientist, I know how inappropriate it is to operate off a biased conjecture, and yet I can't help but suspect. My. Another one with an obsession. What? I don't trust Keller. Adele, be careful. I must say, I'd laugh if Keller, whose name happens to be so close to Killer, it happens to be involved in their deaths. I think at that point I would just laugh and close the game. I don't understand. Why do humans talk so much about things they have never seen? Why do they pretend to have more wisdom than they possess? I didn't quite hear what you said. Might be a problem with my hearing aid. Sorry, I got excited. It's been a long time since I last saw you. It's late. You should get some rest. Sorry. See you. Man's left in a hurry. What's Khan going to say? Girl? I hate it so much when the music stops. It's like it's weird. It's like everything around me goes silent and like my ears close up. It's such a weird feeling whenever it just drops. Hey, can you hear me? It's someone calling me. There. Oh. Hi. It's a sheep. Also, curious shape of the crown it's wearing. Hello? Beep, beep, I'm a sheep, said beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep, I said beep, beep, I'm a sheep. So, oh, now we're in our very first playable stage.
I've got this. I can do this. Take aim. ちょっとからかってあげようっと。
Do your ears hang low? No, mine tend not to. I think I could make them do it, but not naturally. I'd have to like mess around with settings if I wanted to do like, you know, take a shot or something.
There you are.
There it is, the song from Pulp Fiction every now and then. It just sounds like, yeah, it sounds, I forgot what it's called, Miserilu or something, whatever it's called. No one's gone down this side yet. Is it because...
There you
Is it because my girl Exu's been killing them? Oh, there it is.
Fear not! Here I come!
Heal Exu. She's not that low. Yeah, this is a relatively low level mission. She's gonna kill them sooner than they can do much damage on her. If it gets too bad, I'll drop
There you are.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mission accomplished.
I love how this has been a 2-hour long stream, and how long was that stage? I think that was a minute, maybe. we played. We've read for 2 hours and 12 minutes, and 2 hours and 11 minutes of that was. Visual novel with a side of tower defense, for real, yep. Who's there? Me. I thought you would have gotten used to me now. But then I remembered I haven't ever spoken to you like this before. Or have I? I don't remember. Okay, so, who introduced the hyperglyph writers to cocaine? And if any of you have that information, can you send them my way? Because I need to have whatever the hell it is that they took before making. I also like the music, which has a very like classic movie musical vibe to it, like, you know, back in the day of Sound of Music and those other songs. What do you mean? You think they just did now and not like years ago? Maybe, but this has got to be one of the more surreal things I've seen. Like a cloud drifting down from the night sky. A furry creature appears before Adele, spinning slowly in the air. It lands on a mailbox by the roadside, looking both graceful and comical. Well, at least they're aware. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's... Oh. I suppose to be fair, you see something like that, I think the only reaction I would have would be, oh. Hello? Good evening? Little black sheep? I think that's more pink than anything. You're calling me little black sheep? Sure, I guess. Why the look of surprise? We've met. I mean, we have, haven't we? Sorry, I didn't know you could talk. I don't talk often. I mean, I'm the only one who can. The rest of us, well, maybe they don't like interacting with people. Or maybe they haven't yet learned to yet. Anyway, that's not important. I found you now, so I can just talk to you. You know me? I guess you could say I watched you grow up. In any other... If you weren't a random puff of cloudy, comically looking sheep, that would be a relatively weird sentence to say. Now, no, I don't peep at private lives. It's just, well, pure and simple companionship. Anyway, what I mean to say is, of course I know you. I don't know if it's a coincidence that I ran into you here, but it's an opportunity. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Of course. Puny humans always have so many questions. Don't worry, I'll answer. Let's have a little chat. Do you have time for that? I'm not sure if girls your age need to be at home by a certain time or not. A thought came into my head in response to that, and that would have been so bad, and I'm not going to say it. Because that would just be so mean. I'm not a kid anymore. Good, then you have time. Want to go for a walk? Waterhole, hot springs, white smoke... That's wrong. The smoke from the volcano is grey. Siesta isn't like this. Companion sheep. But that's not Siesta anymore. Siesta is where we are right now. Those big tall buildings all have white smoke. Oh, this is Siesta, but that Siesta is Siesta too. I know, let's call it Old Siesta. This Siesta is child of Old Siesta. Old Siesta is like Dad. It's far away from us right now. Of course it is. It can't be a gacha game without one parent being out of the picture. But it'll come back, and it'll bring gifts for us. Is this a milk situation? What would you want? Ennis! Are you off to work? Or are you off work, rather? Shh, be quiet. Harley is sleeping. Is that the name of the woman who I said looked like she would be a biker? Because if so, that's hilarious. Do you remember when I told you, or what I told you last time, kids? That's quite a funny coincidence there. Don't go out at night. Don't go to the plates outside the nomadic city. And don't draw on anything but drawing paper. Now, who's the great artist who painted the portrait of Herman Shellbrain on the restaurant's back wall? they're troublemakers, okay. But all the grown-ups call him that. Well, grown-ups aren't always right. That's why it means something for the three of us to go on adventures. we find treasures that they don't. Before that, though, we're going to clean up the wall tomorrow, right? Right. Then, for good kids who admit their mistakes, the young man extends a hand. 3 finely made clay dolls with lifelike expressions lying in his palm. Just like the smiles in the family photo on the table. I now want to say that photo right there is a family photo just because it's got quite a few people in it. Also, every single time I see these 2 photos with like the purple and the blue and all that, I keep thinking they're bi flags. I don't know why. I think it is just because of the purple and the blue. So every time I look over, it's like, huh? Like well, it's like a pink and dark purple, I suppose. Anyway. For each number of our adventure team. Where did you get this? I made it. Like I said, I know magic. You don't like it? The berry, feline, peril. Why are all of them different? I wish I got a D32 Steel Warrior instead. Special gifts are for special days. Don't worry, all that you want is waiting in the future. Oh wait, one of them is a different species. I assumed they were both cats, but that's a wolf tail. Or I guess dog tail, maybe? I don't know if it's supposed to be them. Now, it's bedtime. When can we go back to old siesta, Ennis? Not yet. It gets really grumpy and breathes fire if you wake it up. Give it time, and maybe it'll be in a better mood. Then we can go and find it together. I want to be an adventurer like Dad. Or even better than that, we're an adventure team. We're an adventure team. Ennis, you should take us to dig up those black rocks. Ooh. What did I say about mining equipment earlier? Listen, you promised not to tell anyone that I went to dig up black rocks. That's a secret, you know. Will you take us to Old Siesta's beach park? I don't know if there will be much left of it, but I can take you to another amusement park. There are water parks elsewhere too. You've seen them in Dad's photos, haven't you? Volcano and water park. It's a promise. Yep, a promise between A promise, yes. A promise between members of the adventure team. Now, I don't want to be prejudiced, but this guy with bison just screams villain. Goods from the Colombian partners have been loaded. On the Lithanian side, it's the mustache. It's the mustache. It's the all black, including the hair. It's kind of the red eyes. Wasn't that his family? He was in... Oh, was he? Oh, God, it's been a while. Oh, wait. I don't know. Maybe I'm... There. And I have to survey the layout for the trade fair venue. It's getting rather late, young master. You should get some rest. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do everything yourself. I like calling up. I know. To be honest, I didn't remember him, so it's just looking at his appearance, and like I said, it was a bit prejudiced, or maybe not prejudiced, well, more cliche, I think, on my end. I can't just sit around doing nothing. The residents aren't too excited about the logistical hub, about a logistics hub. Maybe the international trade fair will change their attitude. As an independent city-state, Siesta has an enormous potential in leveraging its position as a transportation hub. I also imagine it would be a very good tax haven, like a lot of the independent city-states around the world. Malta, Gibraltar. Anyway. It's hard for one in the middle of all of this to understand one's place in changes like these rather. There we go. That was a difficult sentence for me to read for some reason. They have their minds full worrying about a new life in which they don't know what to expect, not where. I know. I remember how I cried when we moved from Minos when I was little. Change is always scary. I want to make it easier on everyone. I understand you met with Miss Swire today. I did. We couldn't reach a consensus, but the conversation helped remind me. Messenger or merchant, the power to change lives comes with great responsibility. Are you sure this responsibility is yours to bear? Your father has high hopes for you, but he did not ask you to shoulder such responsibility so early. I'll never leave his shadow if I only do what he wants me to. The Siesta project is important to him. There's never been a better chance to realize the dream he had when he established Mountain Dash Logistics. Mountain Dash is based in Lungman, and bound by the rules of the Federation of Enterprises. He faces difficulty when it comes to the Siestan subsidiary. Your father told me he expects you to be ready to take over his work in 5 years. Fucking Christ, no pressure. And that he has already started planning his retirement in Rimbilliton. Perhaps he should accelerate those plans. No pressure. Now you're just teasing me. Still, it would be good for father to spend more time with mother. Thanks, Butler. Don't worry about me. I want to get this done while I'm focused. Enjoying yourself? I had tons of local food and tried the artificial hot springs here. I guess they have the same effects as the real volcanic hot springs. It was so good. I didn't get to see the legendary Obsidian Festival, but I had a great time taking in the passionate atmosphere. The moment she said legendary, that's the moment I'm just assuming she was scammed again, because they've already mentioned about like the legendary things being like tourist traps. Very nice. Sounds like New Siesta has a lot of business potential. Say, did you feel like you were being watched out there? Watched? No need to get anxious, just asking. No, you don't get to say that and then just say, oh, no biggie. I completely understand if that wasn't exactly on top of your mind. Are you here in Siesta on a secret mission? Mission? What mission? Like I said, I'm here on vacation. You've already spoken to someone in Lungman at some point. I don't deal with the LGD often, but I've heard stories about you. Why you joined the LGD and your family. I can imagine how hard the decision was for you. I shouldn't have talked to those reporters. It's always the same thing. Getting kidnapped by terrorists when you're little is not exactly something you boast about. Ah, she's Tony Stark. I hear you've basically been in charge of the LGD ever since Superintendent Chen left 2 years ago. I don't exactly understand why you're here in Siesta now, representing your family as an investor. And the people who followed us today were from Lungman too, weren't they? Well, you've got me there. What do you think about Lungman, Snowson? Isn't D32 a type of metal that they use for miniatures? Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. What do you think about Lungman, Snowson? Well, it's my home. I've seen how it changed from when I left Lungman to study in Columbia and in the years since I returned. Oh! I'm an idiot. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I think it was because before when the kid was talking about, you know, what he wanted to see, I immediately was thinking of, like, you know, toys or miniatures because that's what Ennis made. Because there's some, like, metals for those things and they have, like, certain names to them. I completely forgot it was a material. As an engineer, it makes me glad to see one skyscraper rise after another, firm and solid. Firm and solid, yes. A little too much so. It's hard for a new life to get the sun and nutrition it needs when tall skyscrapers block the light. Do you mean... Forget it, I'm just babbling. Don't tell anyone what I just said to you. It seemed a very long walk. Ooh, purple flowers. Are these going to end up being like the flowers that they talked about with the volcano? The massive creature plods forward slowly. I didn't expect it to be massive, I was expecting it to be the same size as her. Adele follows behind it, rubbing her eyes from time to time. 1 step, 2 steps, red step, blue step. Adele walks forward, stepping on her own shadow. The other passerby seems completely oblivious to the massive creature. Is it real? Or is it just a dream? Is it real life, or is it just fantasy? What are you looking at, girl? Nothing. Aren't we going for a walk to... where exactly? We're almost there. Look up. Crane. It's 7 dwarfs. But sheep. Ah. Cute. Aw, this is nice. the sheep that's upside down on the just the legs out in the air. One, two, three. A little creature stops and lifts its head in the light of the street lamps. Furry creatures leap and roll on the unfinished plate in the pale moonlight. 4, 5, 6. If you keep counting them, you're going to start falling asleep. Little bits of wool drift in the air. Oh, the colour isn't plants, it's wool, isn't it? Little bits of wool drift in the air, under the scattered lamplight. Yeah, I was trying to say sheep, but I ended up mixing the two words anyway. It was a failed pun, but it worked nonetheless. Almost like sparks falling in the summer night. And no one knows about. That no one knows about. 7, 8, 9... They leap across the container in an orderly file, leaving marks on the metal with their hooves. Are all these little black sheep? Mr. Big Black Sheep? Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I may be a lot older than you are, but you can call me by my name. It's Dolly. Of course, Dolly the sheep. Isn't Dolly the sheep the clone as well? Although I suppose that's because it's named after Dolly the sheep, which is a fairy tale, I think. Mr. Dolly. People in fairy tales always see strange things when they're about to die. I mean, I guess if we're going with German fairy tales, but normally the surreal just happens in most of the toned down fairy tales these days. You just... I feel like I got whacked in the face with a Half-Life crowbar just then. She is German. Fair. Really? How tasteless. That's the kind of stories parents tell their kid. Is that the kind of stories parents tell their kids these days? Just as you predicted, the event is mood shifting. Yep. I mean, so far it's still okay and whimsical. It's just they had it in a little bit of that. Don't worry, girl. It's not your time yet. How have you been? Maybe not the best question. I can see you're not too well. Not in terms of health, at least. But there's nothing that can be done about it. I'm sorry. Mooty said that the little sheep around me are a gift from her. Did she ask you to stay by my side? Did you know my parents? It's a little hard to explain just who these little guys are. Let's call them my clones. Okay, yep, Dolly the sheep clone. Yep, okay. That was definitely... That's definitely deliberate. German stories. And the big bad wolf obliterated the child's child. Yeah, German fairy tales go hard. Well, I say German fairy tales. The original fairy tales, regardless of where they come from, tend to go quite hard. They all have some special link to this world, and they have different personalities. The fact that they're willing to stay by your side means you're a likeable girl. Either that, or they want to kill you, seeing as we're literally fighting them half the time. I mean, I know that's just for us to do something, but still. As for your parents, of course I knew them. I remember that young couple from Lifanian who wanted to conquer all the volcanoes across the globe. I have to say that, for humans, trying to achieve something regarding everything in the world is a fool's errand. But it's different when it comes to volcanoes. It's a classy dream. Stubborn but smart, with a real eye for beauty, especially your mother. I haven't met many people wiser than her. Were you by their side when, at the end... now that's the topic not to be spoken of lightly. It was very much a surprise, and no one knew the volcano would erupt there and then. But could puny humans really come to know everything about the globe? Do you feel any sadness about it? Well, she's probably going to ask you now that you've said it out loud. Thank goodness you aren't asking me why I didn't save them. I love volcanoes, of course. Surfing on molten lava is the second best thing on the planet. That is a Hawaiian thing. Well, not literally, but that's something the Hawaiian gods do, isn't it? Or it's like the glacier that comes from after the volcano or something like that. I can't remember. They do like a sort of like a slides down it, the volcano slopes. But volcanoes took the lives of 2 of my friends. It's the 11th worst thing to happen in recent years. It's very blunt. We all want to prevent bad things from happening, but I'm not as omnipotent as I look. There are many things I can't do. If you're really sad, though, you can rub yourself against my wool. That often helps when you're feeling down. Thank you. Anyway, the past isn't truly over. They're always by your side in one way or another. Don't worry, they've got visual of that later. Oh, is there an actual cutscene where she's like stroking the wool or something? Human and beast sit by the seashore, feeling the caress of the warm sea breeze and listening to the soft clashing of the waves. I feel like Dolly might be like Emperor or Signore de Lupe. Well, I assume so because the original monologue at the beginning of the first cutscene was talking about the wolves. So and how the wolves used to chase it. So I'm assuming Dolly is one of those, what are they, spirits, was it? Although the fact that he was talking about how the others don't talk did kind of confuse me a bit, because the wolves definitely talk, and Emperor definitely talks. But I suppose maybe if it's been separate from them for long enough, maybe back then, last time Dolly saw them, maybe they weren't interacting with people much. The furry pack of beasts quietly play their game, leaping back and forth on containers and scaffolds, humming contentedly from time to time. You mean the other sheep? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense, actually. I like the almost Pokemon-like sounds these things make. Or like, maybe not necessarily Pokemon, but just like those old RPGs, like the old 2D RPGs where they had like those always like weird, well not weird, but like just the sounds, those kinds of sounds whenever things moved. One little beast tries to climb on the container, following the herds in front, but fails repeatedly. Sorry, it's been so long since I've sat down for a chat with a human. My vocabulary is limited, so I'll dispense with the formalities. You've already said more than I would normally say in a sentence. Rather than ask questions that have obvious answers, what I want to ask is, are you happy, little one? I'm trying to finish my parents' research. It's hard work, but it feels meaningful. Yes, but are you happy? So, you're not happy? We met in Siesta, as fate would have it. Let's make a deal. Wait, is that the right word in your language? Deal? Maybe I should use a more friendly word. Let's say game. Anyway, I want you to find a few things for me that I lost in Siesta. Consider it a treasure hunt. What is it you lost? Let me think. The north wind, a seed, and a fur. Oh yeah, easy stuff. We'll be able to find out it instantly. How do you lose wind? How do you lose the north wind? It only comes from one direction. Also, I see North Wind and I immediately thought of Venti for some reason. I don't even know if North Wind was even used as a term for him, but oh well. What do you mean by those? Are those mahjong tiles? I don't know what they're called often, so where's the fun in a game if you know the solution beforehand? Don't be too eager to seek an answer. Feel it out. It'll be worth your while, I promise. I'll have something for you when you find all three. How about that which you have been seeking? What I've been seeking? I just can't accept the mysterious circumstances surrounding their deaths. Is this going to be a more cathartic event, or at least on her side of things? So she'll probably find out it'll be sad, but at least it's good that she knows, maybe? I'm guessing that's probably the direction it's going to go. Northwind, Seed, Fur. Good hunting. Fur is so...
Everybody good? We've got another battle waiting for us.
Fur is so vague.
We're gonna crush this mission together.
Like... to get a bit of closure, I guess, not the character. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a bittersweet thing, like more of a cathartic thing, so basically just like, yeah, like closure. Yeah, I don't have a, so I haven't checked the character. Have I checked? No, I think the last time I did character files that I didn't have, it was for Ryan Lab stuff. Oh boy. This is going to take a while. Well, there goes my idea of how the summer events are always relatively short. We've done one playable stage. SL2, last one for today. I suppose I could. What time is it now? 10:18. Yeah, I think I'll do it. Oh, we're back to all the water. Can't see it in the pool. Can't see it in the sky. Dip it into strawberry ice cream. And the soft and fluffy have nowhere to hide. Little Boy Blue. That's a phrase, isn't it? Little Boy Blue. Or it's either a phrase or a song. I can't quite remember. Wait, what's the... Level 35. Okay, piss easy. I love that song. If I remember correctly, though, the lyrics were really sad, but I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm going to have to look that up now, because Little Boy Blue sounds so familiar. Oh, it might be maybe a fairy tale. It's something along those lines. It's something like old. Little Boy Blue. Poem, Eugene Field. Or that might just been the last person. Okay, no, the person I mentioned the name for was, I guess, someone who had redone it since. It's very old, actually. An English language nursery rhyme. It has been a Broad Fork song published 1744. The earliest printed version of the rhyme is in Tommy Thumb's Little Songbook, 1744, but the rhyme may be much older. It may be alluded to in Shakespeare's King Lear. That's 16-something, isn't it? No, even earlier than that. 50. It's a very old poem. It's a very old folk poem, or nursery rhyme, or whatever you want to call it. Notice the naming theme in the stage. I'm guessing, yeah, nursery rhymes and fairy tales and stuff like that. I didn't recognize the other two, so it didn't really occur to me until now. Good morning, Siesta. Today is August 16, 1099. The humidity is 75%, visibility 18 kilometers, wind blowing southwest rather. Estimated 15 days until volcanic eruption. While it's a fine day outside, we would like to remind everyone to refrain from going into the water beyond the coast outside in the Magic City. There may be some strange fish in there. Remember that the calm surface of the sea hides countless hidden reefs and undercurrents, and some strange fish in there. Just like the many troubles beneath the surface of a calm life. 75 humidity. That's common in Spain. We get 75 to 80 relatively often. Here's a little pick-me-up for this sunny morning. Life Always Goes On, brought to you by the Bones and Bones Band. That's it. That's the end of the song. Hope you enjoyed. 7 AM, wake from a dream, kissing the one I love. Open my eyes, same old story, sunlight and trouble after me. You know, someday they're going to have to actually release songs that they reference in these things, and if they ever do, I will legitimately sing them. Whenever they appear in these stories. Welcome, our first customer of the day, as expected. Are you bringing me any better news than an erupting volcano this fine morning? Ah, him again. The news I bring wouldn't be so bad if you would be less stubborn, Harley, ma'am. Don't call me ma'am, I'm not that old. I'll give you a few minutes, just because it's nice outside. What's the story this time? Imagine if they rickrolled in the songs. I mean, they sang Country Roads after all. It would not surprise me, to be honest. Either they actually reference the song directly, like with Country Roads, or they do something like Star Rail and wriggle it into writing. But if Siesta is like Hawaii or Tropic Tourist Trap, the humidity is... Yeah, it's quite bad. Employment subsidies and tax breaks? Forget it. And what employment are you talking about exactly? When we move to a city centre? Can't be any worse than a shopping street with no tourists. You're not the only one on this street, Harley. And some of your neighbours are willing to sign up this memorandum of understanding. And I won't be the only one giving you an earful. I suggest you people figure out what the folks who live here really want. 2 years ago, Herman told us this bloody volcano was going to blow. 2 years later, the volcano is still there. With nothing to show for the trouble that the people of Siesta have had to go through. Except for guys like you, coming out with a nice job at City Hall. The White Volcano isn't a house, it's a home to me and 3 children. We've already had to move once on account of the volcano. Herman can't make us move again, especially when it's not clear he's sober when he tells us to. Ooh. Harley, this isn't just one person's home. This is my place, my life. Again, the radio is very good at having the right song for Don't tell me what to do. Okay, calm down, radio. Let's not be putting too many suggestions. I love this song. Arturia, that you? Radio Man on fire. I love it. It's just like, I don't know. I want to like headcanon it that the Radio Man just happens to have some like ability or knows, like they've spoken before. Like, okay, this time we're probably going to get a drop in by this bloke again. Can you put this song on so I can scare the shit out of him? All right then, Costa, or should I say Mr. City Hall? Backs away slowly. Does the Simpsons move out of the, move into the bushes? I've got to say, as much as I like Bard, I can't help but get a little bit nervous now, because this is the second time things have been going down, and oh look, there's someone who plays music. I'm just hoping this is a nicer one. Excuse me, are you still hiring singers? You're looking at a Siesta Volcanic Originium slug. Is that the thing we had to fight? Living in a volcanic habitat has caused them to evolve vastly different characteristics and habits from originium slugs elsewhere. A matter of considerable interest to biologists. Like maybe the, what's it called? Those, volcano snails. Volcano snails. They're not slugs, they're snails. With, like, the iron shell. Yeah, Pompeii, but probably smaller. Was it an iron shell or was it iron scales? I think it's actually a bit of both. They look amazing though, those lava slug things. No, not slugs, sorry, lava snails. Volcano snails, whatever we want to call them. Interestingly, the activities of these originium slugs continue to follow the patterns of Siestan volcanic activities, even though they have been removed from their native habitat and placed in a temperature-controlled box. Iron scales, but the shell is also reinforced with iron. Okay, that's right. And don't they also, like, literally eat iron? Like, that's how they form it. They eat the stuff, that the mineral-rich nutrients and that from around. It's so cool, though. It's like, you literally... It's something that you would expect to see in, like, a sci-fi show on another planet, not something you would actually see on Earth. It's such a cool thing. She looks so happy to talk about what she likes. Yeah, it is honestly really nice when you see people like super interested in the things that, well, having the ability to talk about the stuff that they're super interested in, I should say. It's a prominent example of how organisms and their environment interact with each other. Not bad, eh? Swire, are you here on vacation? You could say that. Here to enjoy a rare summer break. What about you? This might be the first time I've seen your researcher side. I'm just here to help with the museum archives. You seem to have the attention of the tourists. I even saw people taking notes. And I have a question for you too. Would you tell me more about these exhibits? There we go. Am I imagining things, or is Swire more interested in land prices around the museum than the exhibits themselves? Land prices? You were way too eager about that. Wait, do you dabble in real estate in the same way that Emperor does music? Land prices? Rent? Mr. Dolly, why are you... No need to look surprised. I came because there are a lot of pictures of volcanoes in this house. What is a land price? How much you have to pay to get a piece of land? The more prosperous a place is, the more expensive the land tends to be. Interesting. Humans put a price on land. Yeah, no kidding. I'm going to be paying it off for 15 years. Volcanic craters must be the most expensive, then. Not really. Anyway, is it really okay for you to be here with so many people around? There's nothing to worry about. Just thinking of... I'm just thinking of the meme from Jurassic Park where the guy is like, "Hey, look, this guy is whatever it was," and it just comes back and it's like, "See, no one cares." Dolly leaps, takes a little leap and lands on Swire's head. Breathe. Oh my god. the zoom in at the oh, my stomach hurts. Swire. What is it? Why are you looking at me like you've seen a ghost? I can hear the air. Yeah, literally. Internal screaming. It's nothing. Oh, your hat's a little off. Let me fix it for you. See? She didn't notice at all. Isn't that astonishing? It's rude to stand on people's heads. I don't think there's a precedent for that, to be fair. I know. That's just the annoying thing about dealing with you humans. It's why only those who interest me can perceive me. Less trouble that way. Huh, I wish I had that ability. It's getting late. I'll be going. Don't you forget our arrangement. Aya? Hello? Aya? Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Aya? Your new nickname. I just came up with it. Give yourself some time to relax. You're on siesta after all. We can go to the hot springs together. Perfect ability for criminals, assassins. You make a good point. Ooh. I could be able to pay off a mortgage very quickly that way. Anyway. Delivery for the museum. Anybody home? Hello? A package for the museum. Can you sign for it? Oh, okay. From Lifanian. William University. Probably Professor Keller? Huh? The box is filled with documents and samples. With a letter inside. Half the envelope is missing, revealing a photo, the edges of which look almost bitten off. Is this Mount Una? Excuse me. Well, the victim would still be able to see you, but... Well, that's the thing, though. If you don't want the victim to perceive you either, then maybe they won't be able to see you. Is there a problem? This letter was sent from Lifanian, and this is the delivery address. Everything should be in order. Do you know who the sender is? Or when it was sent? Sorry to bother you, but this is important. The sender's information should be in the envelope? Well... Oh, I remember now. There was a letter with a damaged envelope. The original messenger is for this batch called in sick. The letter was already like that when I got it. This is the only place I could think of when I saw Volcano on the envelope. I know as much as you do. If there's no information about the sender on the letter, there's no information. How convenient. But the victim would see you if you were interested in enough to... You make a good point, actually. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, that could do that way. Sorry to trouble you. How have you been? I'm doing fine here. It's been a long time. I miss you. The volcano is a spectacular sight. The winds are strong at the peak. Love, your father. The crooked words behind the photo seem to have been written while wearing thick gloves, making it hard to tell the writer's handwriting habits. The ink, letter, and photo all show clear signs of age. Looking for something? Are there any notes from my father in the museum archives? Professor Katia? What about what, rather? Anything, as long as it's his handwriting. Let's see. Keller left some research materials from William University here, but Professor Katia's focused on Originium art, so I'm not sure there's much about volcanoes. Volcanic plants, Originium energy conversion in volcanic activity, data model for volcanic eruptions, all notes from Professor Magna. Wait, this data model for volcanic eruptions. This doesn't seem to be Muti's. She opens the notebook but finds only photocopies of research papers and spreadsheets. A few pages seem to have been ripped out of the end of the notebook. I don't remember having seen this notebook before. Me neither. The topic is up Professor Katia's alley, though. What are you looking for, Adele? Is it urgent? Can a letter be delayed so that it only reaches its destination years later? Yes. It's not unusual for international mail to be lost, but if you're talking about a delay of several years... It is actually a thing. You can put something in... you can give something to a post office and tell them to keep it in the system for a certain amount of years and then deliver at this particular date and time. I don't know if it's allowed... I don't know if it's possible in every country, but some of the places I've been to do that. A lot of strange things happened these past couple of days, but I think... if it was sent from Lifanian to Volcano... maybe I'm overthinking it. It's not healthy to shut yourself in a room day after day. You should go take a walk if you feel like your head's not entirely clear. I happen to have something I need help with. Do you know what obsidian is? Yeah, you mix lava and water and you get it. You can only use a diamond pick on it, though. Which is funny, because in real life it's basically just glass and it shatters pretty easily. Volcanic rock? Yes, obsidian mining was once Siesta's main source of income. but it was banned many years ago due to the impact of exploitation rather, on the environment. Oh, maybe the black rocks wasn't Originium that Ennis was mining. Maybe he was mining obsidian, which is, you know, banned. And that's the reason why he didn't want them to talk about it. The ore samples were left behind when Siesta was relocated. The estimated time of eruption may be more accurate if we can find obsidian extracted from the volcano in the past 2 years. Not that it has any real meaning, other than to shut the city council up. Keep the investors happy, I guess. But we can't go near the volcano. Jesus, why am I sounding so posh all of a sudden? But we can't go near the volcano to collect obsidian samples, can we? That's why we need a special channel. Ah, I'm guessing Ennis will be the special channel. That's probably how this is all going to merge together. A what? On Siesta first event, people sold obsidian as a healing stone against oropathy. Oh yeah. Let's just say we'll be dealing with an eccentric customer. That's why I need your help. Ooh, fancy. Hello. Welcome to the Obsidian Hotel Springs... Hot Springs Hotel, rather, not hotel. Bed, meal, or bath? The price list is right there. Just leave the money on the counter and you can go in. Oh, what a beautiful place. Why does it have obsidian in the name? I think we found out the person who wants the obsidian, or has the ability to give us obsidian anyway. Man becoming excited. Because obsidian is the soul of Siesta. Why? The solid yet refined texture, the rich and warm colour. Its rare beauty captivates anyone who gazes upon it. Every piece of obsidian is unique, do you get it? It's a treasure of nature, the essence of volcanoes. Are you interested in obsidian too? Yes, I am. Uncouth fools call obsidian a commodity. Commodity! Come, let me show you my collection. No need to be shy, let me see. Shall we start here? Thank you for the explanation. May I ask if you have any obsidian for sale in your collection? Huh? No, absolutely not. This is a collection. Do you know what a collection is? Collections exist to be admired by someone who truly appreciates their beauty, not to be bought or sold. People literally collect toys to sell them when they get pricey. Okay, doesn't matter. So you're one of the Uncle Fool's two, rather. I guess there's nothing for us to talk about. But that's enough, Pelipper. Khan? I'll take it from here. You again. Sorry, we're closed for today. Have a good one. Be reasonable, Pelipper. Siesta banned obsidian mining many years ago, but we're well aware that you know how to get more. We don't need much for the volcano research, and I'm not interested in those ornaments you have. I just need a few that have been dug up from the volcano in the past 2 years. This is for Siesta. Come on, act like a normal person for once. There's nothing to talk about. I don't need you to tell me what's the proper Siestan thing to do. Sorry, I couldn't... It's okay, let's go. Hey you, girl, 1 second. You look like you're easier to talk to than that bespectacled moron. Have you changed your mind? My stuff's not for sale, but it just happens that I do, in fact, know a source. Yes, his name is Ennis. Okay, you got closer. Are you going to... Oh, whisper? Oh, yeah, I saw the gasp. Thank you. Don't tell anyone about this. Of course. Hello, Mechanist. Don't know why I said Mechanist. That was actually not even the right one. Anyway. Adele puts her foot forward excitedly, but her path is blocked by the sudden appearance of a creature. The little black sheep before her strolls leisurely towards the shop's exit while chewing on an old siestan sign. Suddenly, it steps slow as it sets its eyes on the sign outside, the hot spring resort. It opens its mouth, bites a chunk out of the address, then continues its leisurely stroll. Ever heard of the sheep games Sven Boomwoolen? No, I haven't. Hey, why are you eating signs and addresses? Addresses? Don't tell me you ate the addresses on the envelope. Bruh. Oh hey, we're actually in...
Listen, everyone.
Oh.
Stay calm.
ちょっとからかってあげようっと。
He was a scaler boy. I said, see you later, boy. Sorry. Well, that's a thing. Oh, does it up the block as well? I'm going to assume it ups the block.
Here I am.
Fear not! Here I come!
Okay, yeah, it's definitely going to up the block.
The opponent!
I probably don't need the healing, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Do I have...
Leave the big guys to me.
Yes, I do. Oh, I should have pointed her sideways.
Doctor, leave the big guys to me.
Doesn't raise the block or my back... Oh, okay. I thought it would have. It would make sense if it did, like the car... No, the cars didn't, actually.
Here I am.
So having my ranged is a little bit pointless, but oh well. You know. Oh, I can't. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. Because, I mean, imagine it if I was able to, like, drop a Texas there or something. That would just be too easy. So I guess that makes sense that they wouldn't let me do it.
Here I am.
I can do that, though. Oh yeah, she's not going to get any healing, is she? Ah.
Tell me,
Oops.
what's your plan?
Take aim.
Where should we go today? We've been banned from swimming in the hot springs. How about we get a few more guys to play hide and seek in the plate? Why were you banned from swimming in the hot springs? What did you two do? I swear, these two are going to be absolute troublemakers, aren't they? Ennis said we shouldn't go to the shore. I want to go to the Volcano Museum again. Well, we couldn't find Dad the last time. No point, you won't find him. Hey, where's Ennis working today? It's Wednesday. He should be at Mr. Tom's shop in the office, in the afternoon rather, not office. Why do I gotta say office? The drinks shop. Chocolate. Strawberry. Alright, alright. Hey, is that a new flavour? What does cake-flavoured ice cream taste like? Can we have one? Tom says only 1 scoop per kid per day. That's not something a shopkeeper would normally say. They'd normally say, sure, have as much as you want. Give me the money. But you don't eat ice cream. Can we have yours? Don't be like that. Ennis is always working hard. I'm not a kid anymore. But it's so hot today. And why do you don't need to be... Bruh. That guy is way too obsessed with being an adult. Eating ice cream is not child... Okay. There's less than 1 scoop left by the time the ice cream reaches your mouth. It's not fair. The free one. Yeah, what should we do? It's so hot today. Cake-flavoured ice cream, there we go. Sounds great, doesn't it? Expectant look. Alright, you can have 1 more scoop. But only if you promise to be back home by dinner and help Harley set the table. Okay. You say that every time. Let's hope you still have an appetite by dinner. What was that word? Why did I just say dinner? An ice cream cone floats by the little girl. She stares in amazement as a piece of ice cream melts in the midday sun. The strawberry-flavoured ice cream drops, forming a puddle on the ground. The invisible creature steps on it, leaving behind its footprint. Ah. Huh? I think an ice cream just ran away. Ice cream? Ran away? I think it was strawberry too. See, I look at those and I would have thought cotton candy, but I guess they do kind of look like ice creams as well. Does that mean we can get another scoop if we catch it? Oh, she's back. I don't know what to think of her yet. I think I'm still getting a bit caught up on Hortus every time I see a new bard. 1 ice cream, please. Yep, Troublemaker Duo. Oh, there absolutely are. 3 gold certificates. No freebies? We're a business here, ma'am, not a charity. Coffee flavour, then. Really? You've got all this selection of ice cream and you go for coffee? Thank you for your business. Surprised to see foreign visitors at a time like this. Maybe you underestimate the charm of this place. Why aren't you enjoying the summer? Back home, kids your age, hanging out on the streets having fun. It's hard to be a big brother, I guess. I got to make a living. Do you know any instruments? Instruments? I didn't even take singing lessons. Does a kalimba count? Actually, would kind of. You do quite a good amount of music. I think you'd go well with a saxophone. I personally cannot see that at all, but it would also be incredibly hilarious if someone does an animation of him doing the sax guy meme. You know, the do. Anyway. Oh, I can't get that out of my head now. It doesn't sound like I could afford it. I'm in a good mood because I found a new job. Will you have a chat with me if I buy you a drink? Sorry, but I have to get to my next job. Come to my family's shop if you want to chat. What a coincidence. She happens to be working there. You mean the logistics hub will help me sell my wares to other countries? Not only that, buying will be easier as well. You'll be able to procure fresh ingredients straight from producers, for example. That doesn't sound too bad. Will you accept relocation then? And can Mountain Dash Logistics expect your vote in the upcoming public opinion survey? Sure. Really? I was planning to move to the city centre anyway. Being able to buy Victorian clothes more easily sounds appealing. Thank you for your support. I won't take up any more of your time. No rush. Don't you want to learn more about my fragrances? I know just the right ones for a cute boy like you. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, hello. Hey, kid. Emperor? You on vacation too? Vacation's a state of mind, and I'm on vacation every day. Who'd stay in an ordinary place in a summer like this, though? Topag. Nah, that's all secondary. I'm here to take back what's mine. Those dumbass sheep stole my favourite album. The one that won me gold. The one that won me the gold. First time I hit the Obsidian Festival, serial number 0001. One. That doesn't make care. What race is Topag? I was going to comment on it, but I didn't say it before. But I find it interesting that there is no, like, animal features. It's just a dude. Sure, Dolly's in a real small club of entities I can actually talk music with, but I gotta give him a piece of my mind for letting his clones run wild in this world. He really think his kids can hit the soul the way my music can? Excuse me, who's Dolly? Man, forget it. I'm talking a conflict beyond mortal comprehension here. Anyway, what's got you hanging around these parts? And what's that smell on you? You rolled yourself... like you rolled yourself in a Sargonian rainforest mud puddle 3 times, then fell into a champagne tower at a cocktail party. Ah. Must be Dior, then. That bad? Mountain Dash Logistics wants the rebuilding project for this commercial district, but we have competition. Ah, you playing a game of turf war here? Where's Zuriel? He just dump all his work on you and run off on vacation? I wouldn't put it that way. Anyway, good luck, kid. Maybe swipe the stock he holds in when his back... oh, when his back's turned. There we go. Give him a little summer surprise. Then maybe we'll have something to talk about next time we see him at a party. Oh, hold the conversation. I think I just saw 2 sheep. Hey, give me back my album. Okay, this is really doing a guide ahead here. Sheep. I will say this. I hope Bison wins the bid. I don't know. It seems like his thing goes quite well. Then again, I don't really know what Swire's plan is. Is the little black sheep still here? It's slow, it couldn't have gone far. Huh? The old sign over there too. You ate the address on the envelope, didn't you? The furry creature wanders down the street, eating street sign after street sign. Little black sheep, wait! Did you eat the envelope from that letter to the museum? Little black sheep? Passerbys turn around to look at the girl, who is crying out frantically while chasing empty air. Ah, she's a kid. I'm sure they'll probably just think she's playing. She hardly has time to care for appearances as she huffs and pants, almost tripping over herself. Little black sheep, wait! Actually, now that I think about it, she's probably not that young. I don't know, I can't remember. Finally done with this batch. Really got to be more careful about asking someone to take my shift. I paid him good money only for him to make so many mistakes. What's the next place? She's a college graduate, I believe. Okay, yeah, maybe. Sometimes, I must admit, sometimes I look at her and I think child, so I just automatically assume. But no, it does make more sense that she's actually the appropriate age for the job that she does, unlike some of the people in Arknights. Hey, where did the address on the envelope go? Did someone tear it off? What's that? What happened to the addresses? I go out for 1 minute and they're all gone? Good thing I have the records on the terminal. But seriously, what a bother. Me and my rotten luck. Well, I guess there's nothing to do but check one by one. The next shift is almost here. Better hurry. Run, Ennis, run. Run and make your dough. Take care of your siblings. Ships in a night. Or, never mind, they're gonna more like Titanic in the night. Look out! I can't stop with so much stuff on me. Hey! And they crash. Whoa! Oh, my leg! Sorry, I had to say it that way. Hey, you okay? Are you alright? Wake up. Doctor. Is there a doctor around here? Hello, I'm Doctor. In Aya's defense, she can't see well or hear well. Yeah, fair. Oh. When are you going to get proper treatment in this? I'll go with you to Rhode Island once I'm done with this. My family can't do without... A doctor shouldn't be hiding the identity of a patient. I understand your difficulties, but being responsible to your family means being responsible to your own health. Oh, so he's already in contact with Rhode Island. Wait, so who's the Rhode Islander talking to him, though? I know what to do. Oh. Maybe I should shut my whole mouth and continue reading. Dr. Salem, all oropathy patients eventually die, don't they? Fuck's sake, I was literally about to say the same thing. I was literally about to say that as well. I was about to say, well, we all die anyway. All of us eventually die, oropathy or not. The end is simply clearer for people with oropathy. What eventually happens to people with oropathy? The symptoms exhibited by later stage oropathy patients may differ depending on the location and condition. Location of the condition, rather. For example, oropathy has damaged the hearing of the girl that you brought. She's almost completely deaf without a hearing aid. I hate to say it, but your originium crystals forming near your heart And it can be life-threatening if not managed properly. Oh. Well, at least that means I'll have all my faculties until I die. Say that again, and I'll deliver you to Rhode Island by force right now. Just kidding. Thanks, Dr. Salem. Here. Oh, here's the money for both of us. I'll be going. Bye. The sun casts its rays on the bed. Adele slowly opens her eyes to the sound of muffled conversation. Hey! Oh, of course, the star. Yeah. That's why I... That's why I recognised. You're awake. How are you feeling? You were trying to cross the border, sorry. You were knocked out after bumping into someone on the street. The young man brought you here and left behind all the money he had. Thank you, Windows. And... The young man brought you here and left behind all the money he had. Said it was for your medical bills. Why wouldn't you activate me? Hey, no. This PC actually is activated, unlike my old laptop. You must be careful, Aya. The reason you passed out was low blood sugar. But I gave you a physical anyway, and I'm sure you can read the data about uropathy yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cylon. Jesus, what is this, Battlestar Galactica? I'm feeling fine now. Can I go? No. You're not staying here. Oh, you're staying here for the rest of the afternoon. No going anywhere. I have a few patients to visit. You stay put. Rhode Island will hear if you're not here when I get back. She said that with such a smile as well. Guess I lost it. Didn't sail on a T? I'm not sure, to be honest. I recognise the word. Aya needs the red forte. Please tell me that's an actual thing in Arknights. Please tell me that's an actual brand. I would love that if that's an actual brand. What was the little black sheep trying to tell me? Adele sits up on the bed. The photo falls out of her pocket. How have you been? I'm doing fine here. It's been a long time. I miss you. I'm fine. How are you? Bati Muti, in a few years, I'll be the same age you were when I was born. What was life like for you at the time? I... Thank you so much for... Drip drop. Tears fall on the paper. Adele stops writing and crosses out what she had written down. You know, it's somewhat interesting that the two events that have the back and forth, like happy, then there's a sad scene and there's a happy scene. Both of them have had the sad scenes be around the loss of parents. It's kind of curious, that. Shift's about to start. Where are you? There's a lot of stuff to move. Almost there, almost there. Mr. Ennis, the Hot Springs Hotel shop that you asked about is now available for purchase. The shop is available to purchase. Interesting. You will need to pay a deposit before the end of the month if you're still interested. Before the end of the month? Alright, I'll get back to you. Ennis, are your brother and sister with you? Brother and sister? It's almost dinner time, and they're not back yet. Tell them to come back soon. Alright. Nabbit! This stupid car! Freaking hell! I've never heard of Consarnet. Consarnet? Must be an American thing. You okay? What are you doing here? Taking a walk. Or talking a walk, rather. I followed the tourist guide's recommended route, but the shops listed aren't any different to those in Lungman, so I was about to go back. Were you picking a fight with this pickup truck? The engine's old. The igniter doesn't work well. Let me take a look. Someone's blocked the vent and with a ball of paper. Who could have done it? Let's see. A flyer? Must be some kid's practical joke. Well, I've got to be on my way. Thanks. One moment. The mark on the box on the passenger seat and on the flyer. It's Rhode Island Pharmaceuticals, isn't it? Oh. Man's got caught. Nice. Okay. There is a volcano. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to leave that here now. I think I'll continue. Of course, cliffhanger. It's always going to be a cliffhanger. This will be a long event. Yeah. I wasn't expecting it. I'm used to the summer events being relatively short. But damn, nearly 4 hours. Okay. But yeah, well, we have. Oh, is it 3 weeks? I thought it was 2 weeks. Good thing the boss is S8. Point report. Yeah. Oh, it's okay because it's an anniversary. It's free. Wasn't DOS's pretty long? I don't remember it being that long, but then again, I played it on my own, and I read much faster when it's just in my head. If I'm not... It's only when I'm reading out loud that it gets slow and annoying. But yeah, I think I'll leave it here. I'm going to try and stream again tomorrow. I've got a few things to plan for the weekend, though, so I'm not entirely sure, but I should be able to. I'll probably set up the waiting room anyway, even if I have to mess around with the times. Is that a nuclear... Like, is that like a mushroom cloud explosion with the sheep coming out of it? Anyway, yes, so I'll leave it here. Oh. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the volcano. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming around. I'm actually really enjoying this. This is the first summer event that I've managed to play on stream. Obviously, I played the others. I didn't play Gavial's event. I played 2 or 3 stages, but then it got too hard, and because I was still new, I didn't have any leveled up operators for it. So I gave up and I didn't continue it. But this is the first summer event I got to play on stream, so I'm quite happy about that. But I'm actually really liking it. It's stream doing reading operator records. I probably will be doing it at some point, especially after chapter 12, when I have to now wait for the next chapters to come around, and in between events I'll probably do things like operator records. continuing some of the other mangas as well, seeing as that did quite well. Quite a lot of you liked having me read those. And I do quite like those mangas as well. And also, I plan on getting back to do some of the reactions as well, because it has been a long time since I've watched some of the newer stuff, so I'll probably look at that. Cooking manga while actually cooking the recipes. If I had the facilities for that, I would do that, to be fair. I'll redo the manga for the music rather for the manga reading sessions. Yeah, sure, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now, though. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow anyway. I won't be streaming on Saturday or Sunday like I tend to. I'm doing some recording collab stuff for videos in the future, so I'll be taking that time to do that instead. I'll explain more of that later on. But anyway, yeah. And I have finally fully finished writing the fucking Ursus episode, mainly because I had to split it into 2 episodes. It's going to be a 2-parter because there's a lot of stuff there, and I couldn't do it in a usual 20-minute video. It would be too long. so I ended up splitting it into 2 and separating it. So I can't guarantee when that'll be. It'll probably be later next week or the week after. But so I'll be starting to record the voice for it. I'll be recording the script, and then I'll do all the editing. It's the subtitling that takes ages. The reason why it takes so long to do videos when I do finish writing it and when I do record it is actually because of the subtitling. It's such a long process. Eventually I'll find a way of making it faster, but anyway, that's the general idea. So there's going to be a few videos, some Arknights related, some from other games. I'm planning on trying to push videos out more frequently as well, in hopes to, you know, grow a bit more and stuff like that. And yes, I'll be streaming tomorrow as well, and then I'll be continuing to stream on and off, you know, next week, and etc, etc, etc. So that's the general idea. Until then, though, thank you guys so much for hanging around, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.